Are you okay, Kyrie? Are you ready for your fortune cookie?
Yeah.
So, tragic news. They did not bring me a fortune cookie.
What?
No, you played it up so well. What the hell?
I knew when you said there was unfortunate news, there had to be something.
Okay,
Am I
hang
pulling
on,
out
hang
one
on,
of my
hang
old
on.
fortune cookies?
We can work with this. Hang on, let me just Google random fortune cookie.
I mean,
generator.
I already have like a whole bunch of fortune cookie messages in a jar.
I know.
I am a fortune
That's the
cookie
Nutella, I
generator.
Okay,
I'm
alright.
I'm opening a digital cookie right now.
Oh no! Jess has a fortune cookie. He walked to my room.
Oh,
Oh
okay.
wait! Holy shit! Jess saved us.
Jess walked to my room and threw me a fortune cookie.
Nice job, Jess.
Tragedy.
Averted.
So I have some unfortunate news for everybody. There's no fortune in this fortune cookie.
What the?
Okay.
That's tragic. That's tragic.
Here's what the random like website I clicked on said. Fortune favors the brave.
Any
the
lottery numbers?
Lottery numbers are 41, 35, 15, 16, 29, and just regular 9. So there you go.
Is that what 9 is? It's just regular 9.
It's regular 9.
I see.
It's it doesn't have anything preceding the 9. It doesn't have anything following the 9. It's just a regular old 9.
I got one more update for you guys. I finally got to watch the Snow White movie.
Which movie?
Is it as bad as it says?
So, okay. I don't know if it's our version of the thing that we watched that had really bad audio problems, but ours had bad audio problems. So there were times where the music track just fucking didn't work.
I'm back with my jar of Nutella.
So
Excellent.
I don't know what happened there. The dwarves are absolutely terrifying still.
Okay.
Is it actually
they
good to be
added
talking about this?
too much magic to it, and it's important because we talked about it at the beginning, and now I finally have seen it.
Oh boy.
And overall, just I found the plot was not worth a 1.
Well,
Okay, but is it worse than the Mufasa
I'm glad
movie?
you found the plot.
But is it worse than the Mufasa movie?
I found it better than the Mufasa movie, but that problem is it's not better in the sense that it was more entertaining to watch, as it was. What's the word I'm looking for?
Coherent?
It was more mediocre because it wasn't bad.
There's just so much wrong in the Mufasa
You know, that's
movie.
fair. The Mufasa movie is memorable because it's so bad. At least that's my thought after I watched it.
Yeah,
Can I
it's
also...
not very memorable.
Can
I also
ask
don't
you,
like some of the changes they made to the story. Like they made the prince. Like I don't mind that they meet the prince at the first time, but they turned the prince into Robin Hood. And then also they changed like basically the illustration of Gal Gadot completely when she becomes an evil witch. They made it more aesthetically pleasing. When she becomes like the old hag version of herself, and it's like that defeats the entire imagery purposes of it. Also, they really should not have picked the yellow skirt that they picked for her. It looks so fake with the setting.
Oh, sorry. I was just gonna ask what the Nutella's for. I just wanted to know, is it like a dipping thing?
For Plompers.
Yeah.
My snack.
Oh,
All right.
okay.
I will now
Cool.
begin reading because I'm assuming this is the teacher talking, right?
That would be a good guess.
All right. See you, Shiro. I'll bring something home, so be good.
a waves as she heads out for work.
I'm going to get going too. I need to swing by home, so I'll be a little late. I should be back by dinner, though. Don't do anything rash while everyone's gone.
Time to do all the rash things.
I have a feeling.
Alright then. It's 7:30 in the morning. I see the two of them off without incident, so there's only one thing left to do now. Okay, we're going to continue where we left off yesterday. Let's head to the dojo, Saber.
Oh, are we going to begin training right away? You have just eaten. Perhaps it would be best to wait a while.
Don't worry about that. I've trained myself to the point where stuff like that doesn't affect me. And today's breakfast was bread, right? I don't live an unhealthy enough lifestyle for something like that to affect me. Shirumi is insane, by the way. I just want you to know that. He spent several hours getting the shit bit out of Saber. Mostly because he was upset he could never hit her.
Yeah, that is pretty insane. You mean the person who's never picked up a sword in his life, fighting against a professional swordsman who's been doing it for potentially centuries, and is upset that you can't hit her? That's a little... That's a little crazy right there. That's a little wild.
Also, I feel like, and this isn't like a specific problem to this game, it's just like a plot contrivance in general. The idea that he's going to become a competent swords fighter in like the next week is ridiculous.
Well, Saber says that's ridiculous. So Saber specifically said he's not really going to learn how to fight with a sword. He's more going to learn how to, like, survive.
Yeah, so, I mean, to be fair,
Yes.
even Saber knows that he's not learning how to fight with a sword. He's just learning to protect himself.
Yeah.
Which
Does
is
he-
also, I
does
think
he
that
really?
was part... And to be fair, that is why she was beating up on him for hours, because of the fact that she was trying to teach him how to block a sword, which is an important skill.
I think what she was really trying to teach him was, like,
It just
don't even
feels
bother.
weird that it-
And he's just like, let's keep bothering. She's like, really? You want to keep going? He's like, he's like, just letting you know, you can't possibly win unless the circumstances are extremely ultra favorable, and then you might have a chance to maybe survive or win. And he's like, okay, let's do that. And she's like, really, you want to keep going after I just explained that? He's like, yeah, let's keep training.
This is where we call him an idiot.
By the way, Kyrie, did you read this?
Yeah, I did.
Oh,
I'll read
cool.
again.
That's all good. Good then. Let's just go. I spent all night coming up with ways to get at least one hit in, so I want to show you the fruits of my labor. Ugh! I'm unable to dodge Saber's counterattack. Both the Shinai and I tumble to the ground. Ugh. My fingers tingle when they grip the Shinai. Saber's counterattack lands as I lunge in with all my might. I figured brute force was my only option. No shock that I dropped my Shinai and fell right on my ass after an attack like that. Damn, I thought that would work.
I'd like to say Red is really working on learning how to do his MMORPG grunts.
Good job, Red.
Hero, your expectations were unrealistic. Listen, you will not be able to defeat a servant simply by acting out of desperation. It is one thing to be determined.
I'm sorry, what? Reconnection successful? Hello? Chat? Chat, can you hear me? Oh my god, I see stuff. What's going on? There's people. But I'm not back in Discord yet. Hello, it's me. I was here the whole time.
Hello.
Yay.
After being gone for that long, I don't think you can cover for it.
What are you talking about? I was here the entire time.
Bull crap.
Why is my Discord different than it was? Why is it suddenly giving me? What the heck is that?
It updated.
Yeah, updated while you were gone.
Did it update again? I've never seen that preview before. Wow. That was crazy. I'll pretend I heard everything Kyrie said and didn't stop at, like, determined or something.
Yeah, I said the entire line. And then there was no response from you for like a solid minute.
It was so crazy. You were saying it, and then just like mid word, you stopped. And I'm like, huh. I'm like, guys.
Well, no, that's
We didn't
fine.
hear you at all.
I looked at the OBS and I just saw the green bars just be like empty. There's nothing on that. I'm like, I think it's dead. I think it's perished. Wow. Hello, everyone. We're
I
back.
got disconnected to the game I was playing, and I was like, oh, I guess the Wi-Fi is down.
I can't believe you did this, Jess.
It's not my fault.
The likely story.
You're the one that's streaming.
The likely story.
If anything, it's your fault.
I can't believe this. Anyway, like I was completely saying, because I was here the whole time. That may be true, but I'll lose if I stay on the defensive. I have to strike if I find an opening. So, Benning, what did you talk about while I was gone?
Not too much.
Well, Jay went to go get ice.
Okay, all right.
Florida scored a goal.
Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah.
We've basically been kind of quiet, trying to figure out if you were ever coming back or if you were dead or not.
We
What?
cried a little.
That's good. I'm glad.
There was a lot of self-reflection.
Yeah. I
you
just
know,
kind of looked wistfully out the window and
I'm
contemplated my life a little.
I'm glad everyone was able to grow as a person in that time.
Yeah.
In a way, I'm sad
changed.
I got to miss the character development because it'd be nice to get that character development filmed on live TV. But
Yeah, no, I'm not the same person that I was when we last met.
dang,
Yeah. That's okay though.
have you gotten over your cookie addiction?
No. Not even a little.
Wow,
Yeah.
how tragic.
Yeah. Are we waiting for something in particular?
I don't think so. I'm
Waiting for Kyrie, right?
Well,
Yeah.
Jay isn't back. But I said my line.
You said this line? This line?
Oh, okay.
Yes.
I didn't hear you say this line.
Wait, no, not that line. It was still stuck on the other page for me. Sorry.
No worries.
Let me just close this stream and reopen it.
Okay, cool.
Benning, how do you feel about this background music?
I mean,
It's true.
it's pretty chill. Yeah, we've had this a lot, so I'm used to it. But no, it's a good song. If you're gonna play a song like a lot of times, this is an acceptable choice.
Okay. Well, now it's paused, so I don't know what it
Yeah,
is.
now it's gone.
That's Red's fault.
Listen, a lot of things happened in that time that I vanished from existence.
Okay.
And
Name 3.
well, some things on my computer might have broken
Okay.
from lack of internet. And
Right.
can I say that's 3 things? Oh, also your character development.
Yes. That is true.
Right.
We did have the
That is true, but you do not understand how to properly utilize that opportunity. If you are to strike so desperately, you must wait for an appropriate opportunity.
That goes without saying. I saw you looking away for a brief second that last time. I've only seen you do that maybe one other time, so I thought it was my chance.
I applaud you for noticing that and deciding to act, but I looked away deliberately. I did so thinking it would not be sufficient to prompt you to move. I did not expect you to charge straight at me.
Ugh, that's pretty mean, Saber. You shouldn't mock amateurs like that.
It was not mocking you. It was simply a ploy. And creating an opening such as that carries with it a degree of risk. However, the risks I take by looking away and the risk you take by charging straight at me are simply not comparable.
So what you're saying is that I should be less obvious about seizing an opportunity. If I make a big, obvious attack, I'm squandering the opportunity. So you're saying that I should be considering the opportunity and acting to suit it?
Yes, you must learn to judge the value of the opportunity you have. However, I must point out that you are much better at discerning the boundaries between life and death than yesterday. As you develop a sense of danger, you will become more able to determine when to fight and strike on your own.
Pending, I have a question for you.
Absolutely, yes.
So, in life, your everyday
Yes.
life, when an opportunity shows
Absolutely,
up, do you
Uh-huh.
judge the opportunity from 1 to 10 whether or not you should act on it?
every day.
Oh, every day? What was the judgment of the last opportunity you had?
It was a 10
Oh.
because I had an opportunity to go to a cat cafe, and I went to the
Oh,
cat cafe.
yep, sounds like a win. Sounds
Yes.
like a 10.
Yes.
Oh, speaking of cat, when I went outside, earlier to get my Chinese food, the cat was there. The white cat was there. I'm like, hello, cat. I see you have returned.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
I did not have my phone, though, so I could not take a picture of it. The phone was in the other
Fine.
room.
That was a mistake.
Well,
feel like.
I don't...
Yeah, that's a 0 out
That
of
was
10.
a 10 of 10 encounter, but a 3 out of 10, way to save that encounter.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were
You
wrong
didn't
there.
seize the opportunity.
You lost the opportunity. That's like a 5 out of 10 opportunity right there.
Wow. Well, you know what? I'll see if the cat's still there, just for you. Good luck. I'm walking away.
Well, I already said this line, so... Hey guys, how you doing?
I'm
Hey,
from
everyone.
Farm Merge Valley.
Excellent.
I understand. It's addictive.
Hell yeah, it is.
Alright, so we're just gonna... Hold on. How do I do this?
Well, I'm chilling. Merging my animals.
Is he actually?
Here you go.
He's really looking for the cat.
There you
There
go.
it is. Oh wow, we're playing Farm Merge now.
Why not? Plompers got this started.
Oh, bet!
I think I played this.
Oh, it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, we got 2 votes. Oh, 3 votes. Are you guys trying to end it in a tie again? I'm entertaining the chat in a different way.
Perfect.
Oh wait, sorry. What is this?
Oh. I
Which
should've
me-
Which
won.
miso soup?
miso soup should Jay eat? Okay, I don't know a lot about miso soup, but I'm gonna say spinach.
There you go. We got
Yeah.
4 votes for 1 for each. Truly.
Yeah. I know this is the ideal, right?
This is
what you
the
wanted.
ideal. Oh,
Yeah.
we got 2 votes for spinach. Holy shit.
Excellent. Excellent. I was a trend setter.
You trended so hard on that set.
Yeah.
And spinach wins at the last second. Good job, guys.
You just run a poll for something?
Baby.
Now, not to alarm everyone, I have posted a picture of a cat and a video of a cat.
Okay, I visited your farm.
Oh, thank you.
It's
Oh,
happening.
wait, this computer. This thing I did
You
last time,
went away, so we had to entertain ourselves.
Yeah!
I mean,
So we're all
Yeah.
playing
Yeah,
Farm
I
Merge
entertain
Valley.
chat, and then they entertain themselves. I think that's a perfect balance.
no, I'm just, I look at
Listen,
you.
you left us, okay?
I
You
brought
did. You're
a
the host, bro.
I have brought you a picture and video of a cat.
And you
You
left
did.
us in the process.
And you
You did.
have cat.
So, the point is that you left
You
us,
guys
so we had to
waiting
figure
for
out.
me to come back? Is that what
We
was
had
happening
to-
here?
We
You know
had
what?
to fend for
Red,
ourselves.
Red,
We had to take matters into our own hands.
Yo,
can you
I can
go?
visit
Can you
Plompers
go? Can you
Fine.
go get that
You
cat
play, you're
and
level
bring it to the
16.
stream?
No, it's a stray cat.
Who's a little
I don't
cat?
think it might be a good idea to pick it up.
Red,
Oh, you
can
must play a
you
lot.
take the stray cat into your home?
No. I
No,
cannot.
that sounds like a hell. Pretty bad.
But Red, you already pet that cat. That cat is essentially your cat now.
Listen, alright.
Is that what we're claiming now?
You know, but
Yeah.
Also, for the record, the spinach has spinach in it, along with tofu and green onions. So
By
I
the
don't know
way-
really what's the difference between it.
I guess it doesn't matter because you didn't post this picture anywhere. But I just noticed that you
It's
also
in fate.
put like
The cat.
your license plate
Yeah,
is in the shot.
that's fine. I'm glad you could tell that was
Yeah.
actually my car too.
Well, of course, I looked at it and I immediately thought, oh yeah, this is Red's car. This would be Red's car.
This would be Red's car.
Well, I'm sure that Plompers won't do anything devious with my license plate.
Yeah.
Smile.
Plompers.
It doesn't sound reassuring.
Yes? May I help you?
I thought you were trying to get around the yandere
Oh no, that's not yonder at that
allegations.
point. That's just serial killer. Like, I'll be completely real. That's just serial killer by that point.
I'm glad
He
there's a
makes a very
standard of
valid
what's
statement.
what's a serial killer versus a yandere.
Well,
Exactly. And
Saber looks pleased.
yeah, she does.
Unless it's my imagination. She seems happy to hear her students improving a bit.
They were expecting food, Red. How could you do that to them?
Well, I don't have food to give the cat.
It's almost time to rest. Shall I fetch you some water, Shiro?
No need. As long as it's just water, I filled a whole kettle. I'll just drink from that.
I forgot. I still don't have scissors.
I dragged my fatigued body toward the wall. After wiping the sweat from myself, man, words are hard. The sweat from myself with a towel, I brought along, wow, sentences are hard. I take several gulps from the kettle. Phew. I take a deep
Got
breath.
any more excuses you want to give yourself?
It's been almost 3 hours since I saw Tosaka and Fujine out. I spent every minute since sparring with Saber. As usual, Saber doesn't explain much, and I don't ask her any questions while we cross swords. I have pretty much no chance of winning, but I do seem to be moving better the more I fight Saber. I'm not expecting to improve my fighting techniques. The point here is to train my body, not my mind, to get accustomed to battle. It's better than doing nothing, and since I am starting from basically nothing, there wouldn't be much point unless I spend my time working on this one thing. If all I do is think about how to fight, when the time comes for me to face the master, I'm dead. Saber just doesn't even break a sweat, huh? I'm a little disappointed, but I shouldn't expect to be on her level in just a day or two. And just like yesterday, Saber rests, seated in a Seiza position. It'd be a waste to just sit here. I might as well take the opportunity to talk with her. Okay then.
Oh,
Oh, Pending, you have a choice.
okay.
I finally got it
Let me see
open.
what my choices are.
The
I
miso
want to know
packet
more
wasn't
about
opening,
Saber
guys.
before she became a servant. I feel like I've been given that option a lot of times.
You.
Oh,
this
wait, no,
looks
this
like
is
the
the
other
same
two.
one.
These are the other
Yeah.
two options that you didn't pick from before.
But last
They
time I
are.
got the Saber points.
Who's to say you can't get Saber
But now
points
you
here
don't
too?
have the Saber point
Maybe
option.
maybe this is more saber points, but in a different way.
Okay, well,
Maybe if you work off what happened last time.
Do you remember what happened last time?
she didn't want to tell us because if she told us, then it would be too closely related to who she was, and she doesn't want us to know who she was. Therefore, I gotta assume that if I ask her like what she was like before she became a servant, that's a non-starter. Like, she doesn't want to talk about that. So I guess, as silly as a secret blade technique for dummies sounds, I guess that's the way to go.
All right.
Let's try it. Let's see if we can get a secret blade technique.
Well, I don't want to complain about this training. You want to look at the points, or you want to see what happens?
Let's see what happens, and then I want to see the points.
But I also think that
If you even got him.
if there's some sort of secret move I could learn that might let me get through this training, I might be more enthusiastic about sparring against Saber. Saber,
Okay,
hear me out.
I love that start.
Hear me out.
Yeah.
Hear me
Yes,
out, bro.
what is it, Shiro? You certainly look expectant.
You think so? Well, I guess I want to ask you for a favor, and I have some high hopes for it. But let me get to the point. There's something I want you to teach me.
Huh? Not entirely sure what exactly you wish to learn, but I will share what I can with you.
Saber thinks it's a serious conversation, so she sits in front of me in a formal Seiza position.
So what is it that you want to know? Is it about servants?
Saber regards me seriously. I feel like I already know what's going to happen in the next few seconds here, but I should go for broke and ask anyway. I'm actually really serious about this, so I want to hear.
Comedy option. I see that.
So I want you to hear me out, and please not get mad.
Hear me out, bro. Hear me out.
Yeah.
Every
Hear me
single meme phrase to possibly meme is coming out right now.
Yep. This is why I mean to listen intently. Please do not hold back. Ask whatever is on your mind.
Okay, I'm going to take you at your word. So is there some sort of secret technique I could learn that would let me take down a servant? It'd be great if it were strong enough to take even you down. Dot, dot, dot.
She just now thinks you're an idiot.
Saber stops breathing. Dot, dot, dot. Saber's brow doesn't move so much as a millimeter. I knew it couldn't be that easy, right? Sorry, I apologize. It was my bad. I was only joking, so I would really appreciate if you just understood I was kidding and pretended you didn't hear any of that.
This is a bad end.
Just then, Saber grins wickedly.
Oh!
Are
Sa-
me and Ilya coming back?
Saber, I might be imagining things, but you seem to have an evil smile on your face that doesn't quite fit you.
Oh, is it not your imagination? I am feeling every bit as wicked as Rin right now.
Yeah,
Wait,
but
are
she
we
said
really
that.
gonna learn a secret technique? Is she actually really psyched to teach us this?
Ah! Every hair in my body stands at an end.
Well, you just said she's feeling like Rin right now, so I don't think she's teaching us shit. I think she's ready to tease him to death.
I mean, maybe this is a positive. I don't know.
He's about to fuck with this guy.
Why are you so distressed, Shiro? I have not yet answered your question. If I recall correctly, you desire a secret attack powerful enough to defeat a servant in a single blow, yes?
I retreat instinctively, but Saber closes the distance between us, not allowing me to escape. Well, you see, Saber, are you mad?
Are you mad?
Oh, very.
I'm a dead man. If Saber and I were actually to fight right now, I'd die. Hold it. Let's calm down, Saber. I regret what I said. I have a pretty good idea why you're mad, too.
Do you? Are you sure about
Do you
that?
now? Then please, seat yourself here, Seiza style. My rage will not abate until I have properly explained everything to you.
Saber gets to her feet. I quickly
Well-
sit straight up, just as Saber had been, and brace myself for the worst. Dot, dot, dot. Saber takes a deep breath. And...
Can you be so ridiculous? What were you thinking? Asking me to teach you such a technique?
Wait,
Yes, pending?
it would actually be kind of funny if this smash cut to a bad end.
I'm just saying, it's been acting like this is actually a secret, very funny bad end.
I would not be mad if
That
was
was
the case.
such a cute emote, by the way.
It was.
This
It was
Saber.
amazing.
Yeah.
Oof. The sheer volume was wreaking havoc on my poor ears. I had no idea her yelling alone could paralyze me. No human could ever shout so loud. It's like the roar of a beast. A lion.
Oh my gosh, she learned from Taika.
She did.
Sorry. I said I regret my actions. Saber, you're stronger than me. I just thought maybe you knew some kind of sword skill even amateurs could learn.
No such easy path exists.
That's correct.
An ambush is best used against an opponent with whom you are evenly matched, and amateurs like you must carefully build a foundation before even considering using such a thing. Besides, I have already told you not to think about defeating your opponent. Defending yourself is your first priority. If there is to be a special secret move for you, Shiro, it would gain the ability to lead a battle without actually fighting.
Red,
Yeah.
at this point, I would like to see if I got Saber points.
No. Get all these
Whoa,
options.
there's 6?
How is there 6 routes for this
Two,
option? I had 2 choices.
two for each choice from the last one.
Oh,
So these
I
two, these two, and these two. From if you had chosen a different option
see.
back before.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Pending that was not the right choice.
I feel like I should have gotten Saber points.
But it kind of sounds like you had to go through each choice anyway.
Well, you know, pending. At least you didn't get negative points. I think.
Was that on the table?
Well,
would
remember we got negative Sakura points at one point, so.
That is true.
I know. I got it. So can you tone it down a bit?
That's not how you tell a woman to calm down.
Oh yes. That sounds like the perfect thing. Can you turn yourself down while you are angry? It's like saying, "Oh, calm down. Everything's fine. What are you talking about?"
Jay,
Yeah?
calm down.
No.
I show her how bad I feel about this, and I clap my hands together like I'm praying for her forgiveness.
Honestly, I thought you had some potential, but then a moment later, this is what you ask me? If you continue like this, it'll simply be too dangerous to leave you alone.
Saber continues scolding me.
You continue being a dumbass. It's gonna be too dangerous to leave you alone.
I step on the lion's tail and incurred her wrath. I'll just keep my mouth shut and hear Saber scolding. The next thing I know, it's noon.
It would seem to be lunchtime, Shiro.
Yeah, it is. Both of our stomachs growl in agreement.
Mine's growling too.
Let's eat. Is there anything you'd like to eat, Saber?
Not in particular. I've been satisfied with each meal you have prepared thus far.
Saber puts it kind of oddly. Well, at least she's not picky like Tosaka. I'll go and do a bit of shopping. I'll probably come back at the same time as yesterday, so rest in the living room until then.
Yes, I'll be waiting, Shiro.
I decided to try making shrimp balls for lunch. I always wanted to try making them at home. They'll be piping hot balls of ground shrimp, a bit bigger than takoyaki. I bought some mustard, and I'm all set with snacks for the 3 o'clock snack time. I load my purchases onto my bike. That reminds me, I met Ilya here yesterday. She's she's not here today.
Aw.
Well, she probably shouldn't be coming here every day. Somehow, not seeing her is disappointing, though. I haven't told Saber or Tosaka about meeting Ilya yesterday. She didn't confront me as an enemy, and I'm also hesitant to tell them about her in the first place. Just because she was here yesterday doesn't mean she'll show up today. So I really should get on my bike and...
Oh, I got another option so soon. You know what?
Yes? What do I know?
Even though I feel like the right choice is to go home, I wanna see what's at the park.
Do you want to swing by the park?
Let's swing by the park. I want to go to the park.
Oh boy. I'll just take the long way home.
I just feel like maybe we'll learn something if we go to the park.
It's just about a 5-minute detour. I'm being whimsical here. I don't need to make any excuses about that.
Yeah, exactly. We don't need a reason.
Dot. I parked my bicycle. I step into the park and my grocery's still on my bike. Why am I doing this in the first place?
Look, I just wanted to see what you don't have to question me.
Someone told me to come here.
It's just so impulsive of me. I just had this pressing thought that it would be nice to see her. And then I see a silver-haired girl standing off on her own.
Welcome to the bad end.
She's just like, hey, I brought Berserker today.
Oh, look at that.
What's up, Red?
It just, let's see. It doesn't seem. She doesn't seem to have noticed me.
Red?
If I.
What? Red?
Not again.
Listen,
Red? No. Red,
I'm here.
What? Why did you jump back a few lines?
Because stuff happens. Spending. Look at us. See how we're here? If she doesn't seem to have noticed me. If I wanted to, I could just leave. But if I were going to do that, I wouldn't have come here in the first place. Ilya.
Who's there?
It's just me, Shiro.
Shiro? Is that really you?
Is that really such a surprise?
Yeah, you're not dead.
This park is close to the shopping district, so me passing by here isn't all that strange. I'm honestly more curious why you're here again. Do you have that much free time?
Yep, you're exactly right. I don't really have anything else to do, so I came here to play. But Zella said I shouldn't see you. She said it'd be no fun to play with you because I'm gonna kill you soon anyway.
Well, whoa. That makes me pretty hard to come up with a response.
I don't think that's true, because being with you is fun. So I've been waiting here all this time, thinking I'll meet you again, and then I'll kill you. So I'm glad you came, Shiro.
Wait a minute. Don't tell me you were waiting for me this whole time.
Yep. Been a real long time. I was thinking about how nice it'd be if you came here.
You dummy. I thought you didn't like the cold. If you want to see me, you should have come to my place. Okay, maybe not. If you met Saber, that definitely leads to a fight. But still, there's plenty of other places you could have found me. You had no trouble finding me at the shopping district yesterday.
No, I can't do that. I can't go and find you myself. I just broke the rules yesterday. Just that once. So I decided to wait at the place that I thought you might come. And I was right.
Ilya skips around excitedly. Her bouncing silver hair makes her look like a winter fairy. I got that. But why did you want to see me in the first place? If just talking to you like yesterday is enough, I'm happy to do it again.
Nope. I don't have anything particular to talk about like yesterday. I just thought that it'd be nice to see you today. Besides, we're enemies. I'll come and kill you when the Holy Grail is about to end, so we can talk then.
She says it so innocently. The disconnect between her words and her manner are hard to swallow. It's not that she's going to kill me so much as how unfitting it seems for her to be a master. Ilya, do you want to do that? Did you really choose to get involved in the Holy Grail War yourself?
It's my grandfather's orders. I'm the best suited to be a master out of all the Eisenbergs. Einsbergs. Since I possess a really big Holy Grail.
But that means you're doing it because your grandfather ordered you to. You didn't choose to be a master.
Maybe? I don't really remember. But I've been a master since I was born, so it only makes sense for me to fight.
That's wrong. If you're just fighting because someone told you to, you should stop. First of all, killing doesn't suit you.
I don't think killing suits anyone, but I could be wrong.
Oh? It doesn't sound like you're pleading for your life. You actually sound really worried about me, big brother.
Of course I am. I don't know what anyone else thinks, but I hate the idea of someone like you fighting. If it were up to me, I'd rather see you quit being a master and go live a quiet life.
Wise words for someone who got killed by me every time.
Yeah.
I may consider it if you become my servant. If you did that, I wouldn't have to kill you.
What the hell are you talking about? Do you really know what it means to ask me to be your servant?
Also, Shiro would be a terrible servant.
Or would
Yeah,
he?
he would
He
be.
really would be.
Besides, there's no way I could be a substitute for Berserker. I'm saying that you should stop fighting. I'm telling you to give up your servant. So why do you need me to be your familiar?
Not a familiar, a servant. Servant's always with you, right? That's why I just need you to be by my side.
Hold on a minute. Don't tell me. Does Ilya think... let me ask you, servant, something. What is a servant, Ilya?
They're mine, right? They're always up by my side and they protect me. That's what grandfather told me. ...
I knew it. Ilya considers servants to be just that. Command spells, masters, none of that matters. To her, a servant is something that protects her. Got it. But no, I still can't. I can't agree to that. So think of something else.
What? I'm not good enough for you?
Well, it's not about being good enough. It's just that I'm worried about Ilya, but I know I can't be on her side 24/7 either. Ilya, I have Saber. And as a master, I need to stop the other masters. So I'm sorry, but I can't be your servant.
What? I made a concession because I was talking to you. You're going to pay for it.
Uh-oh.
Hey, wait, hold on, Ilya. We haven't finished.
Stupid Shadow! You're the worst at embarrassing a girl!
There she goes. Ilya just runs out of the park, not listening to me anymore. I try to follow her, but I can't find her. Oh, crap. This is just like yesterday.
To be
I
fair, I
see-
wouldn't listen to him anymore either.
I
In the
sigh.
distance, you hear Thomas.
I sigh and go back to my bike. But I don't think she'll just suddenly attack again like when we first met that night. So I should
No,
probably
I think she absolutely would.
I think she would too.
probably have one more chance to convince her.
You turn around and you see Berserker.
All right, Pending, are you ready to see what happened on the flowchart? Oh, we got plus Ilya points.
Oh, well, that's good.
Useless.
That's useless. Okay, cool.
I don't, I'm sure it's probably fine. What's the worst
I
that
don't-
could happen, Pending?
I don't know what's the worst that could... I mean, I guess death.
No,
Is
no,
that the
Ilya's-
worst that could happen?
Ilya's already done worse than death.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
We finish eating lunch, then continue our training in the afternoon. I keep crossing blades with Saber, never getting tired of it. We keep training and only plan to stop when Tosaka and Fujine come home. But our training is interrupted by the sound of the doorbell. Carrie?
Oh, it's me. I was
Ding
so
dong.
far merging. Shiro, it appears you have a visitor.
Yeah, I heard it. I'm going to get the door, so you stay here, Saber.
No, it could potentially be an unwanted visitor, so I will accompany you, just in case.
Oh, wait, is this Ilya?
Saber has a point. But while she's right, if the visitor is just a neighbor, they might get suspicious of Saber. The neighbors do think I'm the only one living here. Then again, well, I guess I'll deal with it if that happens. Sakura and Fujine already come and go freely, so there's no point in me worrying about neighbors. Alright, come with me then, Saber.
It's true.
But if the visitor
If there
is...
were rumors about you sleeping with a bunch of women, it's already been established.
But if the visitor is just an ordinary person, keep quiet.
I know. I'm supposed to be your distant relative, correct?
Yep, that's our story. Relative in what sense? Okay, coming.
I don't know, like
Wife?
third cousin or something.
Well, like clearly not actually him because he's adopted. So I guess people can think, oh, a relative of KyrieAI. I'm assuming, I guess.
Yeah.
I only think of Ilya coming over just to bring Berserker with her.
Just at the door.
You
Yep.
hear battle music out of the blue?
Yeah.
Why do I hear boss music?
Oh god, no.
Walk up to the door. What's with this sound playing? I rushed to the entrance amid the sounds of incessant ringing.
Oh, no, never mind.
You get to live another day.
Oh,
Wait, this is
She's
the
too
your
student,
turn,
heartbroken
Pending.
right now.
this is the student council president?
Yes.
it is.
Pardon my intrusion. I heard you were not feeling well, so I came to visit MER.
Oh, it's not an enemy or a neighbor. It's a friend from school. Oh, it's just you, Issei.
Hey, this is my new voice. What do you think of it? That's pretty rude greeting. Is this really how you should receive a friend visiting out of concern for you?
Well, I can slightly understand you better than your last voice.
Is that really the
Wow.
case? Okay, cool.
Even as Issei complains, he hands me a paper bag. What's this? Apples?
A get well soon gift. Considering you hardly ever catch a cold and skip school, I thought it should at least bring something to make you feel better.
I thought you were sick at school. Oh, that's funny.
I'm grateful for his concern, but unfortunately I didn't take the day off because I'm sick. And besides, a bag full of apples doesn't seem appropriate for a young guy like him to bring as a get well soon gift.
Have you ever heard the expression, an apple a day keeps the doctor away? What's wrong, MER? Do you not like fruit?
No, I do. It's a little complicated, but I really appreciate the sentiment. I bow to him to show
I
my
do not
appreciation.
believe-
Complicated about fruit.
I will stand here and not leave until I see you consume an apple.
Can you? I mean, I'm not hungry at the moment.
I can wait. MER, this may be a silly question, but who is the woman standing behind you?
Huh? Saber's standing just behind me. Oh, I get it. Issei must have locked eyes with Saber when I bowed to him.
I get it. He must have seen the person also in the room.
Saber's short,
How short?
like 5'2".
Isn't her height in the encyclopedia?
You know,
I mean, my sister's about 5'2", and I can still see her when she's in a room.
she's 5'1". I mean, 154 centimeters.
Which is
Oh,
5 feet.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, that's like 5 foot.
Yeah, that
Okay,
is
alright.
exactly 5 foot.
Well, maybe I'm thinking of
That
a
it-
different Saber face.
He's so short.
Yeah, I was gonna say she's like 6 centimeters shorter than me.
Yeah, she is short.
Oh, you're short too.
Oh,
Plompers is a little cutie.
oh,
Yeah.
thank you, but also bite your shins off.
That sounds like the Andre we know.
Okay, you read that? Issei gazes intently at Saber. He's extremely shy and always cold to new people, and he doesn't like. Oh, well, her name's Saber, and
I'm Shiro's distant relative. I got to know the former master of this house, KyrieAI, when he was visiting overseas. I came here the other day to do some sightseeing, and I was allowed to stay here, given my connections with the family.
huh? Saber makes the story sound pretty convincing.
So you are acquaintance of MER's father, I see. I hear he loves traveling, so it's no surprise he befriended someone like you in his travels. Wait, but what about the relative thing? What?
What? Issei, who's supposed to be extremely bashful around strangers, accepts the story so easily.
What is... Okay, whatever. I see. I understand the situation now, MER. Your sickness was just an excuse. You've been showing her around, haven't you?
Oh, yeah, let's say that. Well, in broad terms, nothing I've said is entirely untrue, I think.
Then you won't mind if I come on in. Go prepare some tea for me in appreciation of what I've done for you here. I'd also be happy to tell you about what happened these past 2 days at the school.
Issei takes his shoes off and steps into the house. What do you mean, in appreciation? I'm still kind of busy, you know? We can chat another time.
What are you talking about? You were the one who abandoned your bike outside our place. Oh, right, that happened.
Oh, right. I did leave a bike up at Ryoto Temple.
And also in an alternate timeline I'm not supposed to be knowledgeable about. Your corpse kind of littered our temple.
What? Huh?
Yeah, no, I don't know if you're aware, but you kind of died.
But I'm alive.
Yeah, no, you should not be a surprise to you. You die kind of like a low.
What?
Anyways, I bought you back your bike.
Is this the new president canon information? Is that he actually knows about every single ending we do that it fails?
The president is also the equivalent in this game of God. He just this is why his voice never is consistent. It's a deity thing. Anyways,
deity thing.
Yeah, deity thing. Anyways, I'm busy as well. He's omniscient, but he doesn't know accents very well.
Huh?
And yet I did go to the school council room. Instead, I went straight home and then brought you your bike back here. Are you saying that you cannot offer me some tea after dark?
He is right about that. He did have to do all that stuff, and it's considered rude to not offer tea.
Did do me a favor. I might have 3 bikes, but out of the 3, the one I left at Ryoto Temple is the most expensive and my favorite. Sorry, Saber. Can we take a little break?
3 bikes?
He collects bikes like Rin collects chairs.
Jesus Christ.
Saber
Why
nods
does
silently.
he have 3 bikes?
He likes tinkering on things. Maybe he likes tinkering with his bikes.
Oh my god.
Where do you think he keeps the rods?
Next to the bikes. He also uses those rods to, you know, when like a pole or something on the bike breaks, he replaces it with that rod.
Yes.
Thanks. Then you and Issei can head to the living room. I'll prepare some tea. Japanese tea for Issei, black tea for Saber. The Saber.
Oh, am I also joining? I don't think that it's appropriate. Surely you would not be able to have a casual conversation with your friend from school if I'm present.
That's not true. Right, Issei?
Okay. Girls might be chatty, but I don't mind you, Saber. As a woman as humble as you is a precious asset, like cultural health.
Huh?
What?
Hear that? Okay, so go on ahead. Man, Issei has some lines apparently.
Yeah. No. After hearing that, how could Saber refuse?
Yeah, Saber, how could you refuse
Yes.
to that?
I understand, but
What? Is something else bothering you?
A lot of
here
things
to
are bothering
prepare
me
tea,
today.
I would like Japanese tea as well. I don't mind green tea.
Saber's fairly opinionated for some reason. It's odd hearing her say that in her usual tone. He's like, Shiro, please, I would love green tea. After about an hour of meaningless chatter, Issei decides to head home. Most of the small talk in the living room was about school, and I asked a few sly questions to find out if anything unusual was going on. But it seems like business as usual.
You just skipped my entire scene. I'll see you. Will you be absent tomorrow, Emiya?
Yeah, I'm not going to school this week. Saber needs to be with me tomorrow too.
Well, it shouldn't be much of an issue if you are with her. There are a few suspicious aspects to this, but I've elected not to ask about any of it.
Issei nods, satisfied. Now that I think about it, how could such a shy guy warm so quickly and easily to Saber?
I really hope it turns out that I am the main villain of this game.
Hey Issei, for being your first time meeting Saber, you seem to be in a good mood. What's up with that?
Wouldn't it be crazy if it turned out I was Assassin's master, given that Assassin was at the temple? What a strange thing to ask. I grew up in a temple, so is it really that odd for me to be able to see good and bad in someone? I do not know her background, but I saw her spirit and her soul are pure. She could not possibly be a bad person.
Huh? I didn't know you could tell that kind of thing.
I just want to imagine the just like in general.
I'm a little impressed.
Well, if he knew that, why does he think Rin is a bad person?
Because Rin's existence is a lie. She lies about everything she does.
No, he dislikes to underwear. I normally can't, but even an amateur like me can tell when her spirit is on full display like that. Even a monk in training will notice holy presences of a divinity standing right beside them. Simply put, Saber is just that beautiful and pure.
Wow.
Well, that's rare. Issei's praising a girl. Got it. So you have taken a liking to Saber too. That's good. I was worried Issei wouldn't like her because all she did was listen to us talking.
Of course, she is a good person. It would be hard to dislike her.
Yeah, and I know she's a good person, even if she might be aloof. Saber's always like that, so please, so don't take that to mean that she doesn't like you, Issei.
She's aloof?
Yeah.
She's a loaf?
She's a loaf? A loaf of bread?
Oh, wait. No, this is your line, though, right?
It is.
Red, did you do this line?
No. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
I've never seen her laugh before. Even you and I were laughing pretty hard. She just kept looking stern.
Actually, she was smiling pretty often.
Eh? That's ridiculous. Sure, I've seen the occasional warm expression on Saber's face. I've never seen her actually smile or laugh before. You're kidding me. I can't imagine seeing Saber laughing out loud.
Girls can't have feelings.
No,
Text one guy to no one.
it's not like that. She was smiling when she saw you smile. Didn't you notice?
Huh? She was smiling when she saw me laugh? Was she doing that to make fun of me?
Interesting. That's a pretty strange interpretation. But you know what? You really shouldn't worry yourself about something like that. Everything begins with questioning yourself. Caw!
Why'd you call? He
I
say,
do not know. I don't. That meant to be a laugh.
he
Apparently
say,
that's his catchphrase.
priest son that he is, ends with his usual catchphrase. As you know, that's your catchphrase, Pending. That's, you always say that.
Oh yes, no, we've had that catchphrase since the very beginning.
And leaves my house laughing.
Caw, caw, caw.
Is he? He's some sort of bird. What's up? What's with him? He leaves me with his
Secretly,
cryptic
his
comments.
family is a bunch of tengus. That's why they live on a mountain in a temple.
Idiot. At least he could have said goodbye.
Caw. He said caw.
Oh yeah,
He
yeah.
said-
Should have known.
That's
Goodbye of
also
the voice of his people, of course.
yeah.
The sun is setting, so today's training ends. I'm practically at my
Yeah.
limit, and I still have
me
Magecraft
give-
lessons from Tosaka
Let
tonight.
me give you some wisdom.
You're not even here.
With the song about people.
How are you giving me wisdom? You left hours ago.
My voice carries from quite a distance.
Are you even talking to me? Are you talking to some guy on the street and just happens to reach me?
It's really hard to say. I think we may have just somehow established a mental link.
I'm scared. Are you my new servant?
No, I think that is probably still Sabre.
I failed to land a blow on Saber like I had hoped, but I should save the least some energy for tonight.
What are we having for dinner? I can now test what you touched.
Go back to your... Stop it. As a monk, you shouldn't be eating my food.
I am not eating your food. I'm just experiencing the same sensations as you.
Monks are allowed to eat food in Japan. Duh.
Why would I not be allowed to eat food? Am I meant to starve?
Aren't you supposed to be clearing your mind for mental training or something?
No, I don't know what. You have no idea what a monk does.
Listen. It's also...
Sure, monks need to eat.
Well,
Monks
yes, they
do need
eat,
to eat.
they eat food, sure, but not my food.
I am not actually eating your food.
My
It
food
is just-
is a desirably earthly pleasure that monks should not eat, because it will turn them lazy or something.
I am connecting to
That's
you
not
on a
fair.
spiritual level.
Did you know
I
that?
just simply experience what you
Did
experience.
you know that our teacher used to be a well-respected adult, and then she started eating my food and became lazy and crazy?
No, I
That's
think
not
that's
how it
just you.
Anyway, it's
Oh,
my
I
turn to
can hear
prepare
it.
dinner tonight. Saber was to wash up after me, so she won't be back for a while.
Can you guys hear me?
No,
Yes,
I don't think you guys could hear me.
and I can't hear you at
I
all.
can hear you.
So he can't hear us? Is that what's happening?
I think he can't hear us.
Pending, if you can hear us, say, applesauce. All right, Plompers, if you can hear us, say dragon.
Bitch!
So
she
what
must not be
we're
able to
gonna
hear
be
us.
calling this stream is the
Hang on.
technical issue stream, right? That's what we're calling it.
Yeah, we're having some major issues today.
All right, would it
Let
be a
me figure this
VTuber
out.
stream without us?
I can
Without
hear
that?
you. Can you hear me?
Oh, okay, I can hear you guys now. Wait, can you?
Hey, we
Pending.
heard you before, but you couldn't hear us
Pending,
apparently.
if you can hear us,
Yeah. Yeah.
say your favorite Star Trek quote.
Okay.
Start reading, Jay. Quick.
Oh.
Oh, no,
I forgot
it's,
to read. I'm home.
it
Oh,
is-
I see you're
it is
making dinner,
possible to-
Shiro.
Data, it is possible to do everything right and still lose.
Good, good, admirable.
Yeah.
Fujine bursts into the living room,
It's not a
casting a
flaw.
bundle of
it is-
energy,
It is human.
and immediately dives into a cushion on the floor. Unlike Saber, who needs to sleep over half a day, Fujine is like this all day, every day. I bet it's no different when she's asleep. When she's asleep, she's just going crazy. Arms wailing.
Fingers in a really odd position. Is that supposed to be me again?
I'm assuming.
Hey, Shiro, can I have this apple?
Do not give her the apple. The apple was for you.
She's holding one of the many apples on the table. Sure,
Do
there's-
not-
there's a bunch, as you can see.
I swear, if you give her the apple, I will be so mad.
Everyone should eat 3 a day.
To be fair, you know,
You are making a
He's-
path.
I mean, Sakura's been like putting passes on Shiro for who knows how long. If that's supposed to be a pass on Shiro, it's not gonna make any sense, even if it's a friendship pass.
You are making a powerful enemy on this day, MER.
Really? Then let's make an apple pie. And by we, I mean you.
Do not make an apple. The apples were meant to be healthy. The pie will not be
Fujine
healthy.
takes a casual bite of the apple as she makes her suggestion. And put some apples I already washed down on the table, but I guess she's not the sort to care. What a waste of a get well gift. Misunderstanding or no, shouldn't she be a little more considerate about about the gift my friend gave me out of concern? For once, I should give her a piece of my mind.
Oh, wait, what? What?
I can't wait to find out what bad ending is going to show up here.
Wait, hang on. Okay. My options are Fujine, where's my gift? She's actually going to force me to make a pie. I should hide out for a while. Don't worry about the apples. Fujine, eat some tangerines. I mean, if this was me, like if this actually was me, I'm extremely, what's the word? Conflict avoidant?
Yes.
So I would pick none of these because all of these feel too conflict oriented for me.
Uh-huh.
I understand.
Yeah, but you're having to pick for Shiro. What would Shiro
And
do?
Shiro is very much a man who unintentionally
Thrives in
creates
conflict.
conflict for himself.
He needs conflict in his life. How else can he be a superhero?
True. Well, all right, so if I'm picking for Shiro seems like the type of person that would respond with Fujine, where's my gift?
So you think that one?
Sure, yeah, we'll go with that. This doesn't feel like a critical choice anyways.
I start
You
prepping
never
for
know.
dinner and take off my apron. By the time I've washed my hands and made it to the living room, Fujine's apple is gone. Fujine, did you eat the apple?
Watch this be at that end.
Yep, it was nice and sweet. Tart, too.
Glad to hear that. Then it's your turn. I'll take whatever you got me in exchange for what you just ate.
Huh? What I got you? Like the tangerine?
I'm not going to ask how you arrived at that conclusion. I'm just asking you to show me what you got for me today. I hope you didn't forget what you said this morning as you were leaving.
Oh yeah, she did mention that.
How rude! Of course I didn't forget, see? I have it right here.
Fujine drops a suspicious-looking paper bag on the table, and its contents spill out. ... Well, that's unexpected. I actually have trouble believing Fujine managed to remember a promise she made. What even is that? I feel like this isn't anything I would... No matter how I look at it, it just looks like a mound of trash. Well, a mountain of stuffed toys.
This Aztec stone masks for... Oh my god. This Aztec stone masks for you, Shiro. Your room's pretty sparse, so I thought it might liven things up a bit. So they gave it decorations for his bedroom.
Didn't he say that it looked like a stuffed toy?
Yep. A mountain of stuffed toys, in particular.
Okay, I'm not knowledgeable of what an Aztec stone mask looks like, but given that it has the word stone and mask in it, it feels weird that it would be mistaken for a stuffed toy. Is that fair?
Maybe back in 2004, stuffed toys were different than they are now.
I don't think so.
But maybe.
Googling Aztec stone mask.
I'm already doing it for you, Pending.
Oh my god.
Alright, no, these don't look anything like a stuffed toy.
Yep.
She hands me a heartwarming but somewhat scary looking sun mask. It's about the size of a handball and stuffed with cotton.
No, it's a plushy sun Aztec sun
Oh,
mask.
okay. That makes a little bit more sense.
I feel like it's really weird that somewhere in Japan there is a store that is selling Aztec stone masks as a plushie.
You could put it on your other plushies.
Yeah.
He doesn't have any plushies. That's why she bought it for him. He's like, your room. She's like, your room's empty. So I decided to give you stuff for your room to decorate it. That's my gift to you.
Fujine,
Yeah,
please. My room's a mess. My table, you know?
This is what I assume you like.
Fujine, were these all from a crane game?
Yep, I worked really hard trying to get them. I spent 2 hours, and in the end, a worker took them out for me.
Well, I mean, she put in a lot of effort.
She's laughing bashfully, but I'm still scared. I'm scared to think how much blood was shed in the process.
You think she broke the machine with her hands or something? So there's also a Chinese dragon, a bat, a crab, a cow, a rhinoceros,
okay.
a snake, and a soldier.
So, okay, in addition to the stone mask, she gave like a bunch of other plushies.
Yeah, they're all plushies from apparently a crane game.
Okay.
Fujine gladly sorts out a pile of stuffed toys. A few spill off the table, and the living room quickly grows cluttered with them. It's
I
messy.
have to ask,
Yes.
in the anime, or it doesn't have to be in like the original anime, it could be like in the food anime or whatever. Do they ever have these plushies in his room?
I doubt it.
Oh, that would have been so funny to see the plushies in the room. I want to know what they look like.
I would love it if every time we go to his room from now on, those
This
plushies
is
were in
the
his room.
second stream in a row that Jay has talked about a food anime fate thing. And I'm
It's
just
on
like,
my
where
list
the
of
hell has
anime
this
to watch.
Oh,
thing
yeah.
come from?
A
So-
day in the life of the Emiya household, I think that's what it's called. Something like that.
Yeah,
It's
it came out like 2 years ago. I
That
think.
was a few years back, but yeah, there's You keep talking. I got this.
in my YouTube recommendations, and I've avoided clicking on it for fear of spoilers, but I have noticed
Today's menu for the Emiya family.
I have noticed what looks like probably
on
a clip
Crunchyroll.
from the
Yeah.
food anime.
And it came out in, I'm looking specifically at the anime, in 2018 to 2019. So it was more than 2 years ago. My bad. It was before the pandemic.
Keep talking. I'm grabbing stuff.
Okay.
Absolutely
So
do
Pending,
not
have you
look.
thought about joining
And absolutely, and this is gonna sound crazy. Don't look up anything on this anime because it immediately shows spoilers.
Oh yeah,
Cool, okay.
don't look it up. But this is later on, you know.
So what did everyone do today?
I went
I
to the doctor.
slept.
Cool. How between those two options, how was the doctor?
You don't want to know about my sleep?
How was your dreams? Did you have a good
They
dream?
were nice. They were very peaceful, and I kept waking up to a cat on my hip, which was very sweet.
Oh, that's cool.
I
That's
had to
his
tell my
opinion.
doctor I got diagnosed with asthma, and apparently I've had asthma for a while.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh,
It's
high
fine.
five! We both have asthma.
Apparently, when I was having a breathing problem while I was running in cross country in high school, probably should have thought maybe I should go to the doctor to see if I have asthma.
Oh yeah. So
Ever have your chest tighten when you try to breathe in?
Yeah.
Yeah,
And I
yeah,
was
that's
wheezing,
asthma.
and
Yeah.
I was breathing out of both my nose and mouth, and it was very loud.
Yeah.
if it helps any, there are apparently really accomplished runners out there that have exercise-induced asthma. So.
Oh no, I understand that. I'm just saying, I should have gone to the doctor.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. No. The
You
ones
should have
that
gotten an
do-
inhaler, yeah.
Yeah. The
yeah,
ones.
no.
The
I
ones
only got
that,
an inhaler
do
about
that-
a month ago.
Yeah. The ones that are accomplished usually use an inhaler before like a race.
Yeah,
Yeah, so
I never
definitely.
did that.
Yeah, no. Well, I mean, you know now. For future reference, inhaler good, doctor good.
Dr. Good,
Dr.
getting
Good.
an inhaler when you might have asthma is good? Right, maybe. Just
Very good.
maybe.
Inhaler very good for asthma.
And you know what was the second time I should have gone? When I was hiking up a mountain and having difficulty breathing to the point that I was crying to death, and my team had to look at me and be like, "Oh wait, I think she's having an asthma attack." Probably should have gone to the doctor then too.
Yeah. No, that's a good time. You know what? We learn these lessons the hard way.
We do, really.
Yeah.
My doctor was like, "You really should have been here like in 2009."
Yeah.
Well, it's messy, but Fujine seems to be enjoying herself, so I don't have the heart to stop her. Fine, I'll take them. I want you to clean up after you organize them.
Yep, I know.
I turn back to the kitchen, the stuffed toy in hand. And then,
Why are you taking the stuffed toy to the kitchen, though?
I see Saber at the entrance of the living room.
I don't know.
She must have just passed by. She looks irritated. ... Saber doesn't say a thing. She just glares into the living room.
She jealous of the plushies.
Saber, did you take your bath already?
Yes, it was very nice.
After answering my question, Saber heads to the living room, almost like a sleepwalker. Saber walks toward the table and then stops abruptly in front of one of the stuffed toys.
She is jealous of the plushies.
Taiga, is this doll supposed to be a lion?
Yeah, it looks like it. That's supposed to be a baby lion.
Saber stares silently at the stuffed animal.
Is this doll yours, Taiga? Like those other dolls?
They are. Do you want one, Saber? You can have one if you like.
Fujine's offer is made with a lighthearted smile. Gah. What the heck is Fujine thinking? Saber is obviously in a bad mood, so why is Fujine asking something so ridiculous? Besides, there's
You're
no
not
Saber-
a very good person.
Saber actually wants it.
Besides, there's no way Saber would want something like that.
Bro.
No woman can resist the charm of a plushie, okay?
Especially a plushie and an animal that they like, you know?
There is no fucking way a girl will ever say no to a cute plushie that she likes.
Exactly.
Hold up an Eevee plush to any woman. They will not say no.
Eevee is one of my favorite Pokemon.
Exactly.
I mean, fair point.
Exactly. I'm right.
Plompers is not wrong.
Oh.
It's you, yes.
Oh, I didn't. I thought my line was already written. My bad. Do you want it? I don't really have any use for it, so you're welcome to it, Saber.
Fujine picks up the stuffed lion, not noticing Saber's distaste. Saber takes it and
If I may.
she hurries forward and takes it eagerly. My mind locks up. What the hell am I seeing? Saber
You
takes
really
the
need to
completely
get
useless
over
doll.
this like black and white version of every single person you've ever met, Evia, and start actually forming full pictures of people. Jesus Christ.
And clutches
Crazy
it.
to me how he's like, oh my god, you're a woman, you shouldn't be fighting. But then when she actually starts acting like girlish, she's just like, what?
What's going on? And clutches it against her chest as if it were truly precious.
Oh, there it
Aww.
is. I appreciate it. Thank you, Taiga.
It's fine. It's not a tiger.
That's a good plushie.
It's a bit weird of a thing to throw out there, Fujine. But, who said this? I have to assume it's Fujine.
It's Fujine.
Yeah, it's Fujine.
Okay, but this is a surprise. I didn't know you liked that kind of thing, Saber.
Yes, I've always longed for small, cute things. I had precious few opportunities to hold such things.
As she speaks, Saber looks down at the stuffed lion in her hands. How could I describe her face right now?
You think you're... Aw.
What was that? I just had the weirdest thought.
Can I make a prediction?
Okay.
I don't know the details of it yet. I think he just had a flashback to like a previous life.
Uh-huh.
Where he was a
Don't-
lion or something?
No, because no, I don't mean he was the lion in that flashback. I mean like he saw past Saber with that lion cub in like a past life.
Okay.
I'm not working. I'm still ironing out the details of this.
Okay, continue.
See, I feel like if anything, pending, your theory would be a bit more valid if maybe because Saber is his servant, he connected to like an emotional thing and got a memory from her mind. Maybe of a past event.
It could have been that.
It was actually me. I am transmitting
Read, Jay,
memories
read.
from Saber into your
Do
mind.
you like Lion Saber? Are we rivals?
Saber silently nods in affirmation. All the while, she continues to smile down at the stuffed animal.
It's not that I like lions, but I do have a connection with them. I once took care of a lion cub. I remember being so happy that it bonded with me. Since then, I've had a special place for lions in my heart. By nature, I'm associated with dragons.
She just said that. She just said that out loud.
She really did just say that out loud. I'm surprised.
What does it mean?
It's a reference to who she is. A lion cub, huh? Aren't
She's-
lion cubs like cats? Doesn't that mean they bite, scratch, and jump?
She's super lucky. I'm not like
Yes.
up to date on my Camelot lore, so I'm just gonna continue to assume that this is Arthur. even though off the top, I'm thinking back to that Arthur Disney movie. I'm grasping at straws. Like, is that accurate? I don't know. I feel like there might have been a dragon in that.
Is Sword in the Stone really the correct thing to try to be like? That
No, I think he's talking about a
No.
different Arthur movie.
Oh my God.
potentially.
The Quest for Camelot.
I don't know another Arthur movie.
There's a lot of Arthur movies actually.
Which is the Disney one? I think it was Disney at least, with like the old Merlin with like the really long beard.
Sword in the
Okay,
Stone.
that is Sword in the Stone. Okay.
Cool. Okay, I think that's what I'm thinking of.
I will say that oh wait, I can't say it. I'll message it to you, Red.
Okay.
Because I can't say it out loud.
All right. Okay.
I'm starting to second guess.
No, I'm starting to reinforce your guess because Jay's now mentioning stuff that she can't say, which is oddly suspicious.
So you think it's Arthur now too?
Yeah, I'm kind of falling into that train.
It's possible. It's possible. Does Arthur have anything to do with a dragon? I can't remember. He's got the sword of the stone, though. Got the sword of the stone.
Yeah.
I
Sword of
mean-
the Stone. What?
Yeah.
You can read your line, Kyrie.
Okay, thank you. Yes, it was certainly energetic. I only took care of it for 1 month, but I would have liked to care for it till the end.
I see, but it's tough. Lions get really big, so you can't take care of one in an ordinary house. So you had no choice but to let it go.
Fujine nods her understanding. Saber's still looking at the stuffed lion. ... I'm not sure what kind of spell it cast on her,
Oh, there we go again.
but something I shouldn't know or be able to see flashes through my mind.
Again.
It has to be some kind of dizzy spell, but I can't check the image. It's one of her memories. This is something that really happened. I see an image of Saber rubbing her cheek against a cub. But I'm not sure if this is just some fleeting vision. The only thing I know is that I would regret shaking off the sight of it. ... The strange vision immediately disappears. My heart is still racing. The vision I glimpsed remains in my head like a scar that will never fade. I finished preparing dinner. It's past 7. Saber and Fujine are in the living room, and Tosaka, who's usually here by now, isn't. I hope nothing happened to her. I don't think Tosaka's the type to get into trouble, but I also know she sometimes makes huge mistakes. I guess I'll go check it out. If it's just looking around the house, I should be fine alone. I head out to the hallway. As I'm about to leave the house, Tosaka walks in wearing her coat. Tosaka?
I'm home! What, greeting me with your apron on? It looks good. It's a good look for you. Oh my god, I can't read.
Tosaka jokes casually, but her face is completely expressionless. That's scary. The people who can joke like that with such a straight face are the most terrifying sort of people.
Let's go!
Tosaka, what were you? The moment I try to ask her what happened, I spot blood on her hand. It's a small blood stain, and her index finger is swollen. Does that mean... Tosaka, I have a bad feeling, and I can't keep it quiet.
What? I'm not listening if it's stupid.
Actually, did you maybe punch somebody?
Bingo! I gave that annoying Shinji a piece of my mind. At the end of my fist.
Tosaka huffs and passes right by me.
Huff, 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 huff,
Dot. Okay, so she gave him a knuckle sandwich. Then the bloodstain and swollen finger would make sense. Hey, wait! Hold up. What do you mean you hit Shinji, Tosaka?
Why are you interrogating me about this? He pissed me off, so I beat him to a pulp.
To a pulp? When you mean with your fist? You did it with your bare fists?
Bare as can be. Bare like a grizzly.
Tosaka snorts again. ...
Snort. ...
A brief silence. I don't know what to say, so I keep my mouth shut. An awkward silence stretches between us.
I swear, if he gets mad at me for beating up that guy to a pulp when he has already done it.
Let me get back to the point. You said you punched Shinji. Why did you have to do that?
He was pissing me off.
He deserved it. He was saying things like, I should team up with him, and that I should abandon Shiro because he's useless. He wanted to talk to me about a bunch of stupid stuff, so I had to quiet him down by punching him. ...
Isn't that short-sighted? Even for you, Tosaka? Or maybe Shinji said something so stupid that he actually pissed Tosaka off, even though she's usually so level-headed.
I bet you it was
That's
really
literally what
misogynistic.
she just said.
Yeah.
That is literally what she just said. That
It
he
is.
pissed her off so much that she had to punch him.
Why are you looking at me like that? I'm the victim here.
I think it goes both ways. But why would Shinji talk to you about something like that? He asked me if you wanted to team up with him.
Who knows? He might actually think of you as as competition. He's been acting pretty weird ever since I told him we were living together. Rin.
What? You told him
it's
we
your
were
fault.
living together? You told Shinji about us?
Of course I did. Yesterday morning, Shinji called me up to tell me, all proud, about how he became a master, like some kind of hotshot. It kind of pissed me off, so I told him you were a master too. I thought that would put him in his place, but then I found him waiting outside the house just now. So I told him that I'm living at your house, and that I had no intention of working with a half-assed master like him. Do you think that was bad?
Yeah, that's pretty bad. Shinji was already smitten with Tosaka, so what she told him was just adding fuel to the fire. Well, but still, now it all makes sense. I figured out why Shinji's been hostile only toward Tosaka, and why he's being so persistent about asking her to team up with him. Meaning he...
Oh, okay. But that's strange. Why would he be so obsessed with me? A guy like him would never think about working with anyone.
Actually, it's because Rin is special to Shinji. Nothing strange about any of this. I think you're special to Shinji. He's originally from a mage family, right? I think he admires you, since you're also from a mage family, but you still have power and a proper lineage. That's why he's so persistent with Tosaka. I think Rin's been a target for Shinji's affection since long before the Holy Grail Wars started.
What? Well, yeah, I'm flattered that he likes me, but...
Honestly, I had half the thought that she was just gonna go ew. Because
I
I would have gone
feel-
ew.
I would have gone to you too, but...
It must have been a real surprise. Tosaka looks completely bewildered.
Wait, didn't he like try to like charm her earlier and she rejected him?
Yeah,
He's also
that's
a
why I
crystal
don't like
being.
Shinji so much, is because
But like,
he keeps hitting on her and she keeps saying, not interested, bro.
but didn't she? But why is she surprised now that he's interested in her? Wasn't that obvious already, and she wasn't interested? Look,
You know, sometimes there are people in this world that if someone flirts with them, they don't know they're being flirted on.
Yeah,
mm,
yeah,
They just
Yeah.
think they're being annoying.
Yeah.
yeah. Half the time, if someone tries flirting with someone, it's kind of... If someone doesn't know they're being flirted with, they're kind of just like, why are you talking to me? Get the fuck
I guess
away
that
from
makes
me.
sense. Yeah.
As someone who does not always get the signals,
No.
yeah,
that's
that
fair.
happens.
It's like, why are you talking
I'm-
to me? Get away from me.
Yeah. No, that's fair. I can understand that.
And seeing that Tosaka has a tendency to be hyper focused on becoming a wizard and joining the war, you know, that's or mage, whatever.
Yeah.
You're a wizard, Rin. Continue,
You're a
Tosaka.
wizard, Rin. Now that you mention it, Shinji asked me out when we were first years. See, that should have been the biggest clue.
For a moment, her expression as she realizes what she had obviously forgotten is almost comical. I sympathize with Shinji, just for now.
To be fair, Darth, or Dartha, or whatever your name is, they are both teenagers.
Yeah.
Whoa, no wonder he's so persistent. I finally get it.
Well, whatever. So how did you reply?
Well, I punched him in the face, obviously.
I mean, yeah, that was established.
Oh, I guess I rejected him? I'll have you know that I have to be the first to win. If I'm going to do something, it needs to be my own idea. And if someone challenges me to something, I don't really feel up to it.
Tosaka thinks really hard, but she's acting as if she really doesn't remember. I'm astonished. She might be entirely driven by her emotions. Tosaka, I bet you're really bad at rock, paper, scissors.
What? How do you know that?
I knew it. If she likes to make the first move, she's probably not great when she has to react to someone else.
And you're supposed to be doing both at the same time, bro.
Mind game.
Use the soy sauce for that, Saber. Don't you dare try putting mayonnaise on it.
You know what? That does sound like Shiro saying it.
If you say so, I witnessed Taiga doing it, so I thought I should try it as well.
Fujini's just clowning around. She's hardly a good role model, so be careful from now on.
I think that was not him.
No,
I definitely think that was Rin.
I thought Rin was dotting.
No, Rin dotted. Rin doesn't hate Fujine.
We need color
nor-
coding.
Yeah, we still do that color coding. One day.
Is there a mod for
someone-
color coding?
No.
God!
That would
Look,
be
if
insane.
anyone knows someone who somehow managed to color code Fate Stay Night, please get in contact with us with this. It's Fate Stay Night. That sentence didn't sound like Rin. Rin would never say Fujine is a terrible example,
Yeah.
especially in front of Fujine.
Gotcha. Is that so? I was referencing Sakura before, and you took no issue with that, so...
Well, I'm not mad about it. I took the time to make the meal, so I just want you to enjoy it. Go back to our conversation that we were having.
We were having a conversation. Shiro, another helping. Fill my soup bowl up. Give me a bit of everything.
Got it. What about you, Saber? We trained harder than usual today, so you might be hungrier.
Not especially, but just to be sure, I will take another serving.
Got it. If I find you woke up in the middle of the night and raided the fridge because you were too hungry to sleep, I might die of shock.
Why would you bring that up? That wasn't me. It was some burglar who came in and raided the fridge.
Then go tell the burglar to eat her vegetables as well as meat. And tell her not to eat the dessert in the fridge, if that's what she was really after. Honestly, you're not like a hungry wild beast or anything.
Excuse me for a moment. What did you just say? Ah, don't call me a tiger!
Whoa, I didn't say anything about you! Yow! Who in their right mind would throw a piping hot daikon radish at me, you idiot?
I think Rin's just been dotting this entire conversation.
Shiro, it appears a pot in the kitchen is boiling over.
Eh? Oh, hold on, Fujine. I need to turn the fire off.
Very well. Hurry up and bring me this soy sauce braised chicken and egg.
On it. I'm leaving Fujine in your hands, Saber.
Yes, please no rush. Focus on cooking, Shiro.
I get up. Oh, that reminds me. Why has Tosaka been so quiet this whole time?
See, that's definitely... See, Tosaka hasn't said a thing once.
Tosaka, are you not liking dinner?
It's not that. It's nothing. So don't talk to me.
She turns her head away, grimly. She's not the type to dwell on things like Shinji for long, so there must be something else bothering her.
Oh, instead of horizontal blinds, it was vertical blinds this time.
They're really changing things up. Really changing things
They
up.
really
Fujine.
decided to switch up the transitions.
Fujine goes home, satisfied after dinner. Saber and Tosaka are in the living room. At first, that had been awkward, but after training with Saber for the last 2 days, it doesn't feel that way anymore. Saber, you can go to bed. I'll do the rest.
No, I will stay awake until you go to sleep. I'd also like to hear from Rin about your skills in magecraft.
Got it. Now let's go, Tosaka. Let's go to Tosaka's room early. You don't mind, Tosaka?
No, I don't mind. I have to say, you sure have gotten friendly with Saber.
Hey,
Huh?
hey, Red,
Yes, I'm Red.
is this game fully voiced? Like, are all the lines voiced?
All the dialogue voices are.
The dialogue is voiced.
Not the monologue. Not Shiro's monologue, but the dialogue is voiced. Fully.
Can you open up the game files for a second?
The game files?
Yeah.
The game files?
Oh, do you
Yes.
want to see if the audio is labeled with who speaks what line? So that way it's possible for someone to go in and mark
I
all
think
the...
we've looked and did this before.
I
definitely
think
talked
so
about
as
it before,
well.
but I don't think we actually acted on it.
No, I don't think we acted
because
on
I-
it.
I've
Don't
definitely
think there was too much because it was picture and then person.
I've definitely looked before, but okay, so I can tell you that the game files do not have
Okay.
The player's name in front of it.
well, first
what
of all,
file are you looking at right now?
so first of all,
Yes.
the game file. If you go from
Yes.
installed files on Steam
Okay.
The game file isn't called Fate Stay Night. It's called Blade, which is funny.
Sure.
And I
okay.
get it.
Yes.
Second off, I remember I had to go really out of my way to find the save file to delete the save file, and I forgot where it was. It was a different folder.
That's okay. We don't need the save file.
Either way, that's not anything on there.
So what files do you have?
Ob, boot, dep, FNS2 Win64 VC 14 release. Nothing else. There's license, null, pleb, prog, smash boot, steam, ver, web view 2 loader. Stuff like that.
Okay. Yeah, none of that sounds. Are there any folders?
The folder has a bunch of stuff inside it that says pack. And also smash, don't delete.
Cool. Okay.
Alright. Does this help you at all, Pending? Have you been enlightened?
What did you say the folders were called again?
OBB.
OBB?
That's the only folder. Ob.
Can you
Probably for object.
Yeah.
Do you want me to make a screenshot of what's in here? Because
it's probably not going to help, but sure, just indulge me.
OBB files are typically found. Our OBB folder in Android is where an application's expansion files are stored. These files contain additional assets like graphics, audio, and other large data that are not part of the main APK package. I'm guessing that's part for apps, but I'm assuming that also applies for.
I think APK is typically specifically for Android.
Yeah.
Let me check something.
But it might still be the game's expansion files section.
Yeah. Okay.
Are you
Yeah, I was just checking.
trying to
I was
find
just
some
checking,
possible way to.
Well, I was just checking like a different Steam game because I was curious about something. What I'm trying to figure out is what this game was made in.
And wasn't it made with RenP?
Well, that's
no.
If it
so
was,
Fate Stay Night. Fate Stay Night.
That's what
and I don't know about this one because this is obviously the remastered version. Fate Stay Night original was made back in 2004. Are there dragons
What
in this
program
game?
was it?
I can tell you that there is exactly one dragon in this game. Spoilers to everybody in this
Okay,
call.
so the engine that they used for it is KyrieAI.
Oh, okay. So it's different from RenP.
Yeah, it's a scripting engine by a Japanese developer, W.D, and it's based off of C++. So, okay, it wouldn't be as easy as I had hoped.
Nope.
No, if it was RenP, it would be not that tough. But no, I don't know that I could mod that.
I'm pretty sure this game isn't made in a way of like dialogue boxes and who is who. I'm assuming what you're trying to do is you're trying to base it off the voice lines.
Yeah, well, yeah. What I was hoping to find was either an RPy file or a PY file, because those would be easy to mess with.
But PY files only work on RenP or
Yeah,
RenPy.
no, this isn't that. So
Yeah.
that it won't have that.
No.
Yeah. Oh well. But yeah, that was my thought, is if I could match up the audio files, then I could color code it in a way that wouldn't involve me having to read everything, and also not take that long because it would be just a lot of copying and pasting at that point.
Yeah, that's why I was talking to the chat pending.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't think Fate Stay was built in Python.
No, it wasn't. It's built on an engine that's on top of C++.
Yeah.
So I'm out of luck.
For some reason, Tosaka say this with the same miffed expression, the tone she had when we were eating dinner.
Or, have I been miffed earlier? I'm sorry. Was I supposed to be more miffed? I'll be more miffed. Is that supposed to be me?
Yes.
I'll be waiting in my room, so come by after you finish cleaning up. And I'll take the day off of school tomorrow, too. Come to my room in the afternoon. Oh, Jesus Christ.
Shiro, what did you do to Ren? She seems very angry.
Do you think that too, Saber? I don't know. I don't think I've done anything to make her mad. Saber and I face each other and tilt our heads. We have no idea why Tosaka is so angry.
Are you sure about that?
I dare you get close to another woman.
All right.
Okay. Try strengthening
where
this lamp
Plompers
for
comes in,
starters.
saying I'm gonna kill you for it.
You just need to reinforce the glass.
Tosaka hands me an old-looking lamp. ... I sit on the floor. I cup the lamp with my hands and take a deep breath. Tosaka says it's so easy, but I'm all tense and nervous with nervousness. I've been trying to do this every night, with a success rate below 0.1%. Tosaka says she wants to see what I can do to measure my skill, but there's nothing to measure if my strengthening doesn't work in the first place. ... I try to shake off any distractions. Right now, I need to focus on the lamp. The blueprint of the lamp pops into my head. The material of the glass, the composition, the flow of the power. I can see it as if it was a network of blood vessels. Then all I have to do is infuse my magical energy into those vessels. I have to do what I always do. The sensation of burning metal rod sliding to my spine.
The hot rod is back! Let's go!
I have to do what I always do. Activate the rod.
All I have to do is let that burning nerve into myself, however much it shouldn't exist in a human body, and let it fuse with me. As long as that works, all I have to do is pour the right amount of magical energy into the glass. Oh, it shatters. I couldn't control myself, and I ended up using more magical energy than I should have, and the glass shattered. ... I looked timidly at Tosaka.
What? Ooh, why?
The metal rod didn't work.
Yeah.
Oh, it didn't work. What a shame.
It failed us.
You mean throwing a metal rod at a piece of glass would shatter the glass? I can't imagine a hot metal rod at glass would shatter it. That's crazy.
I don't know, Rin. I don't know.
I figured. I was afraid this might be the case, and it is.
What do you mean, Tosaka?
Isn't it obvious? I was absolutely baffled by your lack of skill. First of all, you don't even understand the basics. Honestly, I'm impressed you can produce any magical energy at all with a method so completely absurd.
Something wrong with the metal rod? Tosaka, are you mad?
Of course I'm mad. I can't believe you've been training when you have such basic problems. I kind of want to kill your mentor for not correcting you. Why are you doing it in such a roundabout way?
I get it, but don't badmouth my old man. It's my own fault that I don't have talent. He's got nothing to do with it.
He has everything to do with it. A teacher's job is to correct a student's errors, and he took you on as an apprentice. I know it's pointless to take it out on someone who's not here anymore, but your teacher got the first step wrong.
Tosaka, clearly still angry, takes something that looks like a can out of her bag. It looks like a can filled with colorful hard candy. A sort of thing children overseas might like. I've seen similar containers in Japan too. They hold a variety of different flavored candies. The white ones are mint.
Shiro, hold out your hand.
I do as she asks. Tosaka shakes out the can, and a red candy drops into my hand.
Here, swallow this.
What? Again, I do as she asks. It's not sweet. Actually, it has no flavor at all. And the texture is more like a rock than candy. I force myself to swallow it. Whoa, ouch. My throat's tingling. What was that, Tosaka?
What do you mean? It's a jewel. What do you mean? It's a jewel. Couldn't you tell?
She says it so casually, but it's totally outrageous. What? A jewel? Why?
I couldn't help it. I had some medicine too, but that won't work if I want to correct you. I figure I need to use the strongest possible options to open up your switch.
That's not my point. Why did you make me swallow a jewel? I can't digest that.
You know, if you're going to worry, you should worry about other stuff. That wasn't an ordinary jewel. What I gave you just now is a compulsory learning device. Since you don't know anything at all, it's going to start melting soon, so brace yourself or you'll faint.
You say that like I'm going to faint so casually. Just like that. It starts to get weird. What? My body's
They warn
burning.
you.
Oh yeah, warning. My limbs are starting to numb. Heat builds up in my back in a flare of what I could only describe as pain. I furrow my
I'm
brow.
not a doctor. I don't have to give you this medical side effects before you take your medication.
I furrow my brow and try to concentrate, or I know I'll fall over. You.
She did warn you.
What did... I know this feeling. This is the feeling of failure. This is my body reacting when it fails to construct a magic circuit inside me.
It's okay. It might be painful, but it should slowly ease up as long as you can maintain this state. Though the heat could last for 2 to 3 weeks.
I really want to respond, but I can't stay composed enough to do it. All I can do is muster the strength to stay balanced so I don't topple over.
Listen, the difference between a mage and a human is the presence of an absence of a switch. You already know that this switch is for turning the magical circuit on and off. See, the electric kettle over there? Mages are like that. Ordinary humans are just regular kettles that can't boil water on their own, but they can at least keep it warm. That's why we are similar, but different. I hope everyone is pulling up their Rin Tosaga exposit emo because it's time for Rin Tosaga to fucking exposit. The difference is whether or someone has a switch to boil the water or not. The moment we are born with it, or rather, the moment it's made, is when we're separated into electrical kettles and plain, insulated bottles. Anyone who doesn't have this switch won't ever be able to experience magecraft. You see, you might be an amateur, but you do have a magic circuit. That means you have an affinity for it. It's why, once you've created a magic circuit inside you, all you have to do is use the switch. You're just toggling the switch on and off to produce magical energy.
I calm my breathing. Just as Tosaka said, as long as I maintain my composure, things don't get worse.
You only have to make a magic circuit once, but all this time, you've been creating a magic circuit from scratch and incorporating it into yourself every time you use it.
I mean, that was crazy, right? How many times are you gonna like put a magic, a hot rod in your back before you kind of realize that that's not the way to go?
And that's such a waste. Once you've created the circuit inside yourself, even once, all you have to do is turn it on or off.
So many hot rods wasted.
Normally, those who have created a magic circuit would be trained in how to turn it on and off next. But your mentor didn't do that. So you've been risking your life creating a magic circuit every time. You've been potentially dying every single time.
The amount of metal poisoning you have is astronomical. You are a medical wonder.
Essentially, what he did was that every time he needed a light, he got a new light bulb instead of turning on and off the light switch.
Yes.
Yep. And he didn't turn off the light, by the way. He just kept it on all the time.
Just shoved a whole new light bulb into his being each and every time.
Yep.
And he didn't think to turn it on and off.
Yeah. Does that mean that he's secretly like OP though, because he's created so many like circuits now?
I would assume so.
He's
I
like,
think, that
you
might
know-
be why he's
you
the
know
main
that-
character. Maybe,
you know
just
that
maybe.
one. You know that.
What?
that-
She can only turn on one at
You know
a
that
time.
part of the Fifth Element where they're like the normal person has like this many strands of DNA, but her, and then they show like 1,000 strands of DNA. It's like, I don't know what this means scientifically, but I assume more is better. So it's probably good. I don't know.
Sometimes it's rough to live, you know?
Yeah.
Of course, your father may have been misinformed too.
Also, multipass. Lilo Dallas multipass.
I excel. Sensation starting to return to my limbs.
Since you have been training the wrong way for so long, your switch is closed, which means all I can do is force it open and make your body understand it has a switch. You see, that jewel you swallowed forces that switch on, so you'll be like this forever unless you can use your own strength to turn it off and return it to your normal state.
This is kind of like you finding out in like your late teens that, oh my god, I have joints.
Look, Pending, sometimes, you just learn things.
My arm, it bends.
If you can do that, you won't need the help of a jewel. After that, you should be able to control your magic circuit with some simple mental commands. But now you have so many magical circuits, do you need a whole bunch of switches?
I get that, but can't we do something about this burning sensation? She keeps telling me to turn it off this switch, but how the hell am I supposed to do that?
You can already talk? Huh, I guess you're really good at controlling yourself. You might get back to normal faster than I thought.
He's like, well, admittedly this burning hurts, but I did train by shoving hot rods up my back, so
Every single night at the risk
Every
of
single
potentially
night.
dying.
It was not a metaphor. I'm actually really good at handling heat at this point.
As for the switch itself, your body will naturally try to turn it off to calm down and get comfortable as quickly as it can. All you have to do is will that process to... Oh my god, stop making the text go away. I know it's not you, Red, but it's driving me nuts. That process to speed up. Easy, right?
It's not. I don't get it. You say there's a switch, but it doesn't feel real to me.
You might think that right now, but eventually you'll be able to form a really clear image. It'll be like a button in your mind, and all you have to do is press it. It should open your magic circuit. Easy as that. Or it'll be like a light switch.
I hope so.
Or a plug.
But I just feel sick right now.
I figured you would. You've always closed your magic circuit after using your strengthening magecraft, right? Now you're doing the opposite, opening your magic circuit up. It's like running full speed this whole time. So of course it's tough. I'm sorry, burp.
Boys.
But that's all part of the being a mage. If you're going to fight as a master, turning that switch on and off will be a huge help to you.
I know, you took me by surprise, but I appreciate what you did. You're right. Once I grasp the idea of this switch, it'll help a lot.
So, you do understand. No need to thank me, though. You're my ally, so I'm only doing this because I can't afford for you to be weak forever.
Tosaka huffs and looks away.
Tough.
Maybe it's because my body's all warm. But dazed as I am, I find myself thinking that Tosaka might just be a good person.
I'm starting to realize Tosaka might be a good person.
Maybe it's just
Not
a
like she's
concussion
saying-
talking, though.
Not like she saved his life like twice or anything.
Yeah.
No. She just now I realized she might be a good person.
She's burning him, by the
Granted,
way.
she literally gave me a new heart.
The man is
He doesn't know
literally a
that.
masochist,
He
man.
doesn't know that. He doesn't know she gave him a new heart.
I guess that's true.
But he
Hey,
also
he
knows
got
that
stabbed in the heart.
she's also the reason he knows anything about the Holy Grail
Yeah.
War. So like,
Yes. Can we also just take a moment and reflect back on the fact that after coming back from the dead, the first thing he did
Was he cleaned up his,
Cleaned up his
own
blood?
Yeah, I agree with that. That was the first thing he did. He's like, "Oh man, I can't
I
leave
made-
the school a mess." Clean, clean, clean,
And he
clean,
picked up
clean.
any trash around
made
too.
Such a mess. I feel so bad about how I bled everywhere.
And he picked up all the trash around him too, for some reason.
Yeah, he did. He was like, "Oopsies, I guess there's some trash that I need to clean up."
Yeah.
He's such a
What a
nice
guy.
guy.
Yeah.
Something might be
What?
wrong with Shiremiya.
Might be just a little bit, just
Yeah.
maybe. You know,
Yeah.
all those magic circuits he's been shoving up his spine. Maybe they should have shoved up into his brain to give him a little bit more circuitry in there.
Yeah, no. all his brain power has been dedicated to just keeping him alive from all the hot rods that are in his being.
What? Why are you staring at me like that?
Nothing. I just thought you weren't really being honest.
I see. You must have a lot of spare energy if you can manage to be so flippant right now. If you're fine, then you wouldn't mind continuing. You wouldn't mind me continuing, right?
Tosaka grins wickedly and draws closer. Hold on a minute. I still can't move a muscle. So what is she? Hey.
Try doing your strengthening magecraft again. You might not be able to control your magical energy right now, but you'll be no use in battle unless you can get it used to being in this state. It's okay. I brought a ton of lamps. I don't know how many times you're going to fail, but I'm not going to let you rest until you succeed in strengthening.
I myself practiced my strengthening magic on chairs, but for some reason you don't have as many chairs as me.
She smiles, and even though I can hardly move, she hands me a lamp.
I only have the house I grew up in as a baseline for how many chairs should be in a place, so this is a real fish out of water situation.
You think she brought that chair from home?
Yeah.
Ugh. Tosaka, this is brutal. It's like forcing someone to walk on a tightrope while they have a 40-degree fever.
That's that chair is like her comfort chair. Like that's one of the chairs that she grew up with. So it was the chair that she was given at birth, like right in the crib with her. So that's the one, you know, whenever she's feeling.
It's a Tosaka
Insecure.
tradition in the Tosaka family that every newborn gets their own chair.
Yeah,
Of
exactly.
course.
Yeah.
Honestly, I didn't think I'd give up before you did.
Tosaka glares at me. Her penetrating stare is accusing. Sorry?
I underestimated you. I never imagined you would destroy all 30. Sorry, but that's it for today's training. We don't have anything else left to measure your skill at strengthening.
Come on. At least I tried. I tried hard, even though my body was burning up like I had been thrown into a boiling kettle. I tried, but in the end, I didn't manage to succeed in my magecraft a single time. You know, if it's just the glass that's broken, you can fix it. I saw you fix the broken window in my house the other day.
I can't. That window got broken normally, but these lamps broke because it couldn't hold all your magical energy. It's much harder to work with things infused with someone else's magical energy. Remember that, okay?
Yeah?
That's right. Go ahead and rest, Shiro. I'd call this a win since I managed to trigger your switch. Once you're able to control it, I'll teach you the rest.
Phew. I appreciate the chance to rest. What else are you going to teach me?
You can only do strengthening magecraft, right? You said that's all you can do, so I might be able to kick it up another notch and teach you alteration magecraft. Have you ever been taught what strengthening, alteration, and projection magecraft are?
I have a little. Strengthening is, as the word suggests, used to strengthen something. Most people typically think of strengthening as just making something harder, but it actually involves enhancing the object's attributes and effects. A sword gets sharper, a lamp grows brighter, and so on. Alteration doesn't need much explanation. For example, you can't start a fire using blades. Alteration is some ability beyond an object's usual traits. It's imbued into it. And then projection is... Wait, what is projection again? I remember my old man saying the word a lot, but I can't believe this.
You know what?
Protection is what I'm doing right now, by the way. Just just to help you out a little bit.
I thought that was going to be Kiritsugu talking, but I guess it's the student president. God.
No, I'm healed now. Kiritsugu is somewhere else.
You can ignore him.
You know.
Yeah.
You know what strengthening and alteration are, right? Then you can think of what you can imagine what projection is. He said he doesn't, but simply put, it's magecraft that can replicate things.
Emiya, how do you want? Did you download the new expansion, Emiya?
Keep going.
Are you gonna roll for Hyacine, Emiya?
Strengthening alteration projection isn't a magecraft. It's an object with something.
Ignore the priest. Ignore the priest. Keep going.
Rin, ask Emiya about.
I already can finish the sentence. You
Hyacine.
haven't continued yet. It's essentially a magecraft that constructs something from nothing using only your own magical energy. It's one of the most difficult disciplines.
Like Hyacine's really good, right?
But you know that magical energy is disposable.
Did you be
it's still
saving
you.
up? Did you know that Saber's gonna have a banner soon?
That's
That's
still
crazy,
you.
right?
It's still me? Oh, but you know that magical energy is disposable, right? Anything you create with projection will just quickly disappear.
I mean, how
If you
is Saber
project a
even gonna be
sword
in this
with
game?
10 times the magical energy you use to
Does that make
strengthen an
any-
existing sword, the strengthened sword will still be stronger.
Does it make any sense to you?
Strengthening
I wonder
augments
if they're gonna give
something so
spoilers to
efficient.
Fate Stay Night. The
On the other hand, projection
maybe
uses way too much magical
maybe
energy,
this
so it's not
HSR
really
will
used all that
know-
often.
will know before I do who the Holy Grail will go.
That's
I
definitely
remember
you.
now. My old man said something similar. He said it wasn't worth it, so I shouldn't pursue it. I can't believe Kiritsugu would do this. I mean, I can.
I know, Kitsuru.
Hey, Kichi!
Exactly. Now, if you're done asking questions, let's call it a day. You seem shaky on your feet, so I can help you get back to your room. Hello, Kichi.
Tosaka helped me to my room, and Saber is waiting for me by the veranda corridor. Saber.
Oh, sorry. Good work, both of you. I'm starting to doze off in my chair.
You know, it's okay.
Oh, good. ...
I don't have the strength to answer. I just nod and thanks and head to my room.
Well, we're back to the horizontal blinds again.
It
How
happens.
is Shira doing, Ren?
Oh,
Bad. Really bad. He doesn't have the talent.
it's a typically merciless Tosaka response. And the next thing I know, I'm staring up at the night sky. Tonight, I'm not trying to wait because I'm anxious around Saber. I'm just trying to let the night wind cool my burning body, and to think about what Tosaka taught me. Once I can use my switch, then it'll be time to think about the next steps. If I can't even manage the simple task of strengthening, I don't know what the future might hold for me. I try to infuse magical energy into a wooden plank I drag out of the shed as I mumble to myself. A cracking sound echoes up to me. The plank cracks, and my strengthening fails. I can see its structure fine, but I don't understand why I can't control my magical energy. Tosaka said I was putting too much power into it. She even said that I should just use small amounts of magical energy, and I should focus on reinforcing the object's weak points. So she's basically telling me to take it easy. She doesn't have to remind me. Problem is, I can't manage to ease up. If only there was a good way to relax. ... The sound barely audible footsteps reaches my ears. This is the second time I've sensed that presence. What? I don't need anything from you.
The feeling's mutual. Rin, however, is apparently concerned about you. I can't just sit by and do nothing about that. ...
I throw the plank away, glaring at Archer. Archer seems curious about the plank. He picks it up.
Ah, yes. What fine craftsmanship. Strengthening magecraft, huh? Pretty pathetic quality, too, I might add.
What? Yeah, I know I'm not a fully trained mage. I feel bad for making your master take on extra work for me.
No, that's not it. Even Rin is mistaken on this matter.
Eh? What do you mean?
Applying new traits to something that already exists. That's just wishful thinking. You aren't skillful enough to do something like that.
Gah! He's just saying whatever he wants, but I can't think of a response. He's right. I know I'm not skilled, and it's my own fault I can't do magecraft properly. There's no point in taking it out on him.
What's wrong? You were more spirited last night.
Shut up! I'm just not saying anything because you're right. It's all my fault for not being good enough. I huff and look away. I don't know how you interpreted that, but...
In a way, I think you've been cursed with poor mentors.
Archer almost sounds impressed for a moment. Eh? That's not true. My old man and Tosaka are good teachers. I'm the one who can't learn.
That's exactly it. You're better off with a mage who has no talent. Geniuses will never understand the struggles of ordinary people. Rin is far too brilliant to understand the mistakes of a failure like you. I know it's big.
Yeah,
but
yeah. I understand.
I understand.
I don't really get what Archer's trying to say. I don't get it, but if I had to guess... I don't get it. Are you just trying to pick a fight? If so, bring it on.
Another mistake. You're not fit for fighting, JayKingPlays. Your battle is supposed to be a mental one. A fight against your own self.
They say a mage's battle is a mental one. I already know that. But if we're gonna fight, we should do it with our fists.
Honestly, you're making things pretty hard on Saber.
Archer despises me from the bottom of his heart. I've never seen his eyes like this. They seem to be filled with real disappointment and anger.
I'm going to say this once, so listen carefully. You haven't got a prayer of winning once the battle starts. None of your skills are worth a damn against servants. ...
Saber already told me that. Jess, now you're... Oh my god. I won't win in battle. No, not Jay. Can't help it.
It's just funny how he just straight up says that, and he like, I mean, he
We can't say anything. Jess, go to your room. We can't say anything. Go to your room.
Saber already says it.
I won't win in a battle. No matter
Yeah,
what.
I can't believe. I mean, like, oh, do you have a secret technique you can teach me, bro? That's so dumb, bro.
Jess, shut up.
No matter what grand scheme I try, I have no chance
You're
of
gonna
victory.
accidentally spoil something, man.
No, I'm not.
There you go, Pendant.
Then at least imagine it. If you can't possibly beat the opponent in reality, then beat them in your imagination. If you can't win yourself, imagine something that can win. It's all you really can do.
Gah! I don't know why, but Archer's words strike a chord with me. My heart's telling me not to forget them. More than anyone else, I know I should never forget what this man's saying.
What a joke. I can't believe I'm giving advice to someone I should be killing. I guess a bit of Rin's softness has rubbed off on me.
All of a sudden, Archer disappears. Archer's supposed to be keeping watch. He must have gone back to the roof, where he can do that best. What's with him? I complain to the empty air. Naturally, there's no response. While Arch's words echo in my mind, the cold air blows over my flesh body.
Right now?
I have.
I am free any time, MER.
Oh, please, the day end. Thank you, day ending. Let's. We can get past that guy. Probably I'm dreaming.
Good morning, MER.
I'm dreaming right now. I can't hear you.
Sleep? I am always with you.
I'm dreaming. I can't hear you.
I am also in your dreams, MER. Oh no.
I'm dreaming. It must be because my blood is feverish and my entire body is throbbing. Something I'd rather not have to remember plays out in my dream. This is my oldest memory. It's also a memory I can't escape. It's a scene from 10 years ago, and one I usually try to not think back on. I can't erase it from my memory, though. It's not that I forgot. It's not even that I want to forget. It's just that it's already happened. So it's not especially painful. I don't really feel all that angry about it either. The past is the past. I can't return to it. I can't redo it. All that happened is that I escaped and lived on. Looking forward is all I can do. Nobody told me to do that. But I've thought about that, even if just vaguely, since I was a kid. I can't forget or deny the past. The only way to keep the memory of what I've lost alive is to acknowledge it. It's hot. I wake up to find my body still burning up. I must have wound up falling asleep out of the cool air last night. Inside the dimly lit shed with me and...
Hello, MER.
Saber?
Yes, I am projecting through Sebo right now.
You've awoken, Shiro. I do not mind you sneaking away from your room, but I do not approve of you sleeping in a place like this.
Oh, morning. Well, I was burning up last night, and when I went outside, I got sleepy.
This is my room, actually.
This is my real room, Saber. The other place is just where I sleep.
Yeah, this is why this is the place with stuff.
I can see that. You do not have to explain yourself, but please do be careful next time. My master sleeping in such a place puts me in an awkward position.
Sorry. I'll try to sleep on my own room next time.
That'd be very helpful, yes.
Saber's hands also looked weird in that pose.
By the way, Shiro, Taiga's been calling for you for a while now.
Fujine? What's she want?
It may be about breakfast. It's long past breakfast time.
Eh? What, it's already past 7? Oh crap, I overslept.
Yes, it is quite unusual for you to be the last to wake up. Your training with Rain last night might have affected you rather a lot.
Saber provides a calm analysis on the situation, but I don't have time for idle chit-chat. I know you went out of your way to wake me up, but go on back ahead of me. I'll hurry up and get changed, and then head to the kitchen.
Very well. I will do what I can to calm Taiga down.
It would be funny if, like, he goes in and, like, Saber is just, like, pinning Taiga to the ground so she shuts up or something.
Saber turns and heads back into the house. Calm Fujine. Saber sure has adapted well to our morning routine. I dash to the kitchen. I ignore Fujine's jeers and prepare breakfast as quickly as I can. Sorry to keep you waiting. There's not much time before school starts, so hurry up and eat. I plot breakfast on the table. Suddenly?
Oh, okay, that's definitely me. I think.
Yeah.
What the hell is this?
Fujine explodes, practically spitting fire.
What is this? It's just toast! Shiro, why is this all there is for breakfast today?
Hey, I overslept. I don't have time to make anything else. And a breakfast with toast is typically just that. I'm just missing salad and eggs, so there's not a huge difference.
There's a big difference. Everyone else agrees, right?
Fujine tries to appeal to Saber and Tosaka, both who eat in silence. This isn't going to go in her favor. Neither of them is as gluttonous as Fujine. She's barking up the wrong tree.
She may be right. I'm not Miss Fujimura, but I don't know if I can tolerate such laziness. I can only assume you're insulting bread as a breakfast choice.
Hey, wait a minute. I thought she didn't eat breakfast to begin with. Now why is she sighing all disappointed? That's way out of character.
See, everyone thinks you're in the wrong. Majority rules here, so you'd best think about what you've done, then make a proper breakfast for us.
That's so unfair. Besides, if I start making a dish now, you're going to be late, Fujine. It's already 7:30, so you need to go do the whole running out of the house with a piece of toast hanging from your mouth thing. Give it up.
Fine. If I had to choose between being late or being hungry, I choose breakfast.
That's nuts! What kind of teacher even are you? Just eat your toast and go to school. I absolutely refuse to make anything else, even if it kills me.
Jeez, you really do get worked up over nothing. Keep talking like an old man and you'll become one real quick.
You don't need to remind me. Thanks to you, I'm practically an old man already. I huff and take a bite of the toast. Okay, she might be right. There is something kind of sad about there being so many people here and then only having toast for breakfast. The sound of clashing shinai echo through the dojo. Each bout goes essentially the same as they had the days before. Saber casually sweeps my desperate strike aside and counterattacks far more effectively. I barely manage to block and continually strike back, only for Saber to repose. And I lose. Every time. I stop breathing heavily, shoulders heaving. Wiping the sweat from my brow, I work to get my breathing under control.
Why are you resting? Would not have given up so quickly yesterday. Come, attack me, quickly.
Hold on. I need to catch my breath. A little break, please.
This is so unlike you. If you will not attack, then I will come at you. You do not mind,
like
do
he has
you?
a fever or something. I mean, I can't imagine.
Saber stares down at her poor student. My body just won't listen, no matter how she looks at me.
What has gotten into you, Shiro? You're like a different person than you were the past few days. The way you struck at me so fiercely and determinedly amazed me, but today I feel none of that strength.
I know that. I really do. I just can't do almost anything today. My situation has drastically changed since yesterday.
Your body's still burning? That is no excuse for your movements becoming sluggish. You must cool your head and refresh your mindset.
It kind of is, though.
Yeah.
Well, before I do that, can you do something about that first?
About that first?
I point toward our audience, standing by the wall.
What? Don't mind me. Just continue your training. ...
Tosaka doesn't get it. I can't concentrate on fighting Saber with her staring at me like that.
Is there any distraction? That's only further proof of your need for training.
Yeah, what Saber said.
I hope also it's not bothering you that I am constantly in your mind.
Very well then. I shall make it so that you need not worry about observers.
Whoa,
Go on, you got this, Emiya. I think I am rooting for you.
Hold up, Saber. I still haven't caught my breath.
That will not be an issue. Breathing is something you will simply adjust to during battle.
You should probably dodge this next one.
Saber suddenly vanishes.
Oh no, this is not gonna go your. Yeah, see that.
The moment I realize I'm in danger, I raise my shinai to guard my face. Saber strikes me right in the head. It was a rough morning. After getting knocked out, I stopped worrying about Tosaka watching. My focus went entirely on blocking Saber's attacks. And the next thing I knew, it was lunchtime. Rin Tosaka.
Seriously, you are so composed. 3 hours of fighting fighting Shiro, and you aren't even the least bit ruffled. You're usually pretty quiet, but you're much more so in battle. You're almost robotic.
I'm not sure if it's because she enjoyed seeing me get knocked around, but Tosaka's in a good mood. The two are resting in the living room. As for me, I'm preparing lunch by myself as punishment for my lax approach to training this morning. Unbelievable. I want to just make something easy, like a cold somen noodles.
Robotic, you say? You may be correct. It's not something I've ever been conscious of. But perhaps I shut off my emotions while I wield the blade. My approach should not change, whether in true battle or simple service.
Oh, what is it that mindset you employ as a woman wielding a sword? Are you trying to use your mental state to compensate for your inferior physique?
No, Rin. Maintaining one's composure is a key part of battle. It matters not whether you are a man or woman. I believe you also shut off your emotions in battle, Rin. I know you're the type who can do so.
You hiccuping?
You didn't have to blurt it out, you know? Well, it's true, but you and I are different. What I try to shut off is my tendency to be too soft. I don't see things in such logical, abstract terms as you do.
It appears that way, which is why you are showy and splendid. You are able to maintain your feminine grace, even in battle.
Are you being sarcastic? I can't come near you in terms of grace. I don't mind admitting it since Shiro's is out of earshot, but Shiro's definitely hearing this. But I was amazed by how beautiful you are in the first moment I saw you.
I can hear you, Tosaka.
You mistake me then. If you see grace in me, then you are simply seeing the elegance associated with the saber class, rather than my physical appearance. Bruh, shut up.
That's not true. I really thought that. As a woman, I couldn't even begin to compete with you. I wouldn't have been so shocked otherwise.
And that is where you are mistaken. I've never thought of myself as a woman, and I've never been treated as one. I therefore cannot be so elegant as you seem to believe.
I wonder if that's meant to be more hints towards it being Arthur.
How so, Pending? I asked, not actually asking. Saber's words bring the conversation to an end.
Okay, fine. Then you don't get an answer. ...
As I listen in,
Now I want an answer,
kitchen
Mo.
knife in hand,
Well,
I
no,
find myself
because, like-
irritated by what Saber's saying.
Arthur is like historically a guy, but
Yeah.
I say historically, but I think it's actually fictional. But anyways, Arthur's typically like portrayed as a guy, and like she could be like, oh yeah, you know, most people in my time thought of me in terms of being a guy, and I just kind of went along with that. Like I didn't.
Well, let's put it this way when it comes to historicity of King Arthur. A lot of historians also believe that Jesus is also in the same realm as King Arthur, in which there's not really that much historical evidence that either of them exist.
Yeah.
But he might have.
Yeah, I guess
It's really more based off of something else. It's like King Arthur isn't so much an actual person named Arthur. I mean, obviously, King Arthur himself probably doesn't exist, but there's someone he's more based off of.
right.
Potentially, yes. But even then, it's still
it's
really
a-
unclear on who he's based off of.
I mean,
That's the
that's
Yeah.
a long time ago, you know? I can't pretend what happened back in the 600s
It's a
or whatever.
legend. It's a legend that might have elements of truth to it. I guess maybe.
Or maybe King Arthur's just somebody's OC character, Do Not Steal, and they got written into
Yeah.
books. You know?
No, that's probably he's probably like the equivalent of a Sonic OC.
Are you ready, Pending? In 1,000 years, they're gonna find your OC Do Not Steal about Pending, and they're gonna think you're a real historical character who did
Oh
stuff.
man, that's what. Yeah, no, I just assume that's gonna happen.
Yeah, so far the only thing that may have been mentioned is in like in a 6th century book there might have been a person who existed, but they're not sure who his name wasn't Arthur, and they don't know
Mm.
anything else about it. And that was like 518, and that was them recording something about 518 AD.
Yeah,
Essentially.
I think Jesus of Nazareth is actually recorded, but like him being an actual like all the stuff he does isn't really. I think.
No, so here's the problem. So when it comes, I'm going to be short about this, and I don't like belief and everything. I'm not talking about religion
We're
specifically.
talking about
so
history.
please,
We're talking about history.
I'm
Yeah.
talking specifically about history, so it's a completely different matter. You have to keep in mind the majority of the New Testament was written about 50 to 100 years later after Jesus had passed. So the problem is that currently, based off of the information that we are given from these people who are speaking about a story of a person that existed 50 to 100 years after these people have started writing the story, even though they probably weren't even there for the story potentially, they just claimed that they were supposedly, and it's not really known whether or not they were. The issue is that there is no historical evidence currently, as it is said, that there is a person named Jesus Christ of Nazareth. It's not that it's Jesus Christ of Nazareth isn't possibly a person who could have existed,
I can't
because he
believe
could
you're
have.
using his full legal name, Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
Look, it's very important, but it's more of an issue that the problem is like what we have currently written of the information we know. It's really hard to be like,
You know what? Let's stop it here before we get comments before we start getting comments about this.
Look, I'm not gonna continue talking about it outside of that. It's historians are not religious people.
I've always wondered. Well, this wasn't really about religion. I always wondered.
Well, the problem is,
But religious people are historians.
correct.
I've always wondered, what does she think she is? I chopped the chicken a bit harder than I need to. For some reason, I'm annoyed. I have never thought of myself as a woman. Ah, here comes Shiramiya. Not that it has anything to do with me. I slam my knife down to the cutting board as if it were a hammer. It doesn't help me feeling any better.
In fact, it made me feel worse because I nicked my finger.
Me too. Delta jumped up on me and like clawed my finger.
All right, let's stop right here before things suddenly get
Okay,
crazy.
back to the questions at hand. So, looking back at history, if we're going along with Pending's idea and thinking King Arthur is a saber,
Okay.
Yes.
would gender play any type of role in that?
I mean,
answer this
it's-
because
it's
I
a-
already know.
it's a mythological thing. So, do you think in a mythological context it really matters if King Arthur is a king versus a queen?
Yeah, because it has history as its basis.
Kind of. Like I said, there's not really any evidence that King Arthur existed.
It's just,
Bruh.
People have been telling the story, and generally speaking, King Arthur was portrayed as a male, but
Wasn't Arthur Pendragon a real person? Wasn't that his full name?
no.
it's
No.
it's not that Arthur Pendragon's a real person. It's more that there's someone Arthur is. Hold on, let me see.
Oh, it
No,
does
that's-
classify him as a legend. He is
Yeah.
a folk hero.
Mm-hmm. So much
Well, he
like
would
how
fit
there
in
might have
very
been a
much.
Robin Hood person, the problem is that there's both evidence and no evidence that he exists, so it can't be determined on whether or not he exists or not.
Yeah, again, he's based more off of like I think it's 2 different kings at some different points, but again, it's not like really known.
It's more than just 2 different kings. There's like 8 different kings historians have tried to pin on King Arthur and have failed miserably at. Because in all personal experience, just like the gods of Greek mythology, I don't think that there is an actual person involved in that one.
Well,
It's just everyone gave their own interpretation. That's why there's actually a ton of different like legends and poems about King Arthur that don't make any sense if you were to put them all together. We only
Uh-huh.
base a lot of what we know of King Arthur based off of Le Mot d'Arthur, which is a very is a French book, and is basically a guy being like, so I got all these stories and I try to make them sound like that they were real, but I took out the parts that I didn't like.
But yeah, basically.
Yeah, it seems like a lot of French stories play a part into the tellings of.
Well,
Yeah.
it's because
Pendragon.
the French had access to a lot more books and stuff and had time
Pending.
to do that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, just basically a lot of them. A lot
I
of
can't
like.
wait for the priest to start talking about how he got Saber
Oh my
and show it
god.
off to Shiro Emiya. Be like, you have Saber? Well, I also have Saber.
Yeah. The priest is like, I 6 to S5 saber. If you know. But I think not to brag, but I think my saber can beat your saber.
You also
Not
have to keep
to
in mind the
brag.
person who wrote Le Mot d'Arthur may not even exist.
In the end, it's so
Cool.
much that a bunch of these characters and stuff, like they're not necessarily real people. They all have bases. I think the thing about like
I think my thing about the idea that like maybe it's a hint is not so much to say that Arthur was a real person or definitively a guy, more just that in most historic or most mythological tellings he is a guy, and this could be their way of interpreting it in the context of fate, being like, a lot of people assumed I was male, and I myself didn't care to think of myself as a woman, therefore I never thought to correct the stories, kind of thing. Like, I
Yeah.
think that's might be where it's leading.
It potentially, yeah. We don't know because
If it's
they
Arthur.
could not. If they could not be Arthur.
It could not be Arthur. It's possible it's not Arthur. Arthur is just a theory.
And we did discuss last time that when we were talking about Leonardo da Vinci being a female, that
Right.
the game kind of is
But-
a little bit flexible on that kind of stuff.
But for
Yeah.
Leonardo da
True.
Vinci, it's a completely different case. Leonardo da Vinci
yeah.
is straight up a case of he wanted to show up as the Mona Lisa, so he did.
Yeah.
But
Right.
also, Leonardo da Vinci is a character who shows up way after Fate's Day Night, so sometimes it's a little difficult to think about a case from 2016 for a case that would be theoretically 2004.
The canon rules might be a little massaged by that point.
Yeah.
I guess it really is the factor of deciding if it's a folk hero or a like mythological hero
Yeah.
versus like an actual person in history, like
I
a
guess-
historical person.
I
Yeah.
think so. Let's look at Assassin real quick, because it's a character that we can interestingly do this. Assassin, as stated by the narration, was not a real person. Sasaki Kojiro is not a real person. They straight up said that in the narration. But he is somebody that was close enough, that did stuff. Like, all right, this person mostly fits.
Well, I mean, Hercules is
Clearly a very real person. Look at him.
Oh yeah, no, I'm sorry. My bad.
Hercules is also super popular across the entire world, so he's got that going for him.
Yeah.
When it comes to summoning.
Yeah. His alignment is chaotic madness.
Yeah. His sometimes
because he's berserker.
Yeah.
From what I know, sorry, a servant being like super famous is like a double. It's like both high risk, high reward, because on one hand you're really powerful because people know you. Like if you're going to say that the measure of your raw power is equal to how famous your legend is. But on the other hand, it's like you're so famous that people can guess your name and therefore guess
Right.
what kind of servant you are, or
and your
what-
weaknesses and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, and your weaknesses.
But it also it has a weird bonus. So there's like a fame bonus where depending on how famous the servant is in the area, depends on how like Hercules is famous everywhere because he's Hercules. right? However,
Yeah.
Cuchulainn may not necessarily be very famous in Japan. But if you're in, like, Ireland, he's probably Berserker level. Maybe, like, he's probably as strong as Berserker.
Yeah.
So it's not just the fact that people know / believe they're powerful. It's regional based too, where if he was in a certain place, he'd be stronger than other places.
Yes.
It's kind of like the degree of people's belief.
Okay.
Because, like, you can say that more people know about Hercules than they do Cuchulainn.
Yeah.
Yeah, and people deeply believe in, like, the legend of Hercules and shit.
And I
Versus
think
Yeah.
someone going like, who the fuck is Cuchulainn?
I think the Throne of Heroes kind of works off the collective unconsciousness too. So
it is
do
channeling
you-
people's beliefs in something.
yeah.
It's a little like the laws of magic in Freeren, where like magic is about what you can imagine, and if you can't see yourself being able to do something, then you can't do it.
Yeah. So the power is based off the distance. So Cuchulainn, again, not as powerful in Japan because they're in Japan. If they were in Ireland, he'd be hella powerful.
I don't know if I would say it's distance per se, if it's more of just like the collective of the nearby area, because people of that area don't know Cuchulainn that well. There's not as many people who believe in Cuchulainn because they just don't know Cuchulainn exists, versus in Ireland, everyone's been told the story about Cuchulainn essentially.
So basically, Lancer's at a disadvantage because he's playing an away game right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And Hercules is at an advantage because he's Hercules.
Because
Yeah.
he's extremely popular and everyone knows Hercules because it's spread out.
Hercules is the equivalent of the Yankees. Like, there's always going to be a Yankees fan,
Yeah.
no matter what stadium you go to.
Yeah.
Right.
Think of the power as, like- oh.
New question. Hold on.
I'm
Does
answering.
that mean Hercules, because he's so well known, could have fit into like almost any category?
He
Probably.
So apparently, from what they said, is that Hercules is best as an archer.
Yeah.
That makes
Well, he
sense.
could have been an archer. He could have been a rider.
He could have been a saber.
Like he knows swords. So yeah.
I
He
think
seems pretty good as a berserker already.
I think was it
Well,
Castor? I think Castor was the only one he couldn't be. He has a lot of
Okay.
categories that
He doesn't, well, he wasn't,
You know,
Hercules that I
Jay,
know of wasn't exactly
isn't-
known for his intelligence and casting and magic, so.
Okay,
He
yeah.
did trick a lot of,
Doesn't he
wizards
can't he
to
throw
do
lightning
things.
bolts, or is that not
no,
something
that's just Zeus. That's just
that's
Zeus.
only Zeus? Okay.
And technically Zeus only throws special lightning bolts.
all right. Sorry for cutting you off, Plompers. I just had a burning
No
question.
No worries. I like to think of it as like, since the servants can be like different types of servants, different classes, think of it as like, yeah, so you got Hercules, right? It's kind of like a base stat allocation.
Oh, that's also important. The classes have base stats. The classes themselves have base stats, and when a hero gets summoned into them, they get the fame bonus, but they also have their own like heroic stats. So say, like, the stats on here are modified by Cuchulainn stats because he's a lancer. Actual Cuchulainn is probably way stronger than him.
Yeah. I can imagine that it's basically when you get put into a Lancer class, it's like in D&D when you pick a class, it gives you certain stat bonuses, and then your own character has its own stat bonuses that get added to that.
Hercules, also weaker than normal Hercules, I have to say, because normal Hercules, the reason they're in classes to begin with is because they can't summon the actual heroic spirit. Like, they can't actually summon super ultra Hercules because he's too powerful to summon. So they summon Hercules as Berserker, or they summon a version of Hercules as Berserker.
Out of curiosity, is it like, because it's already been established that that Saber served in the previous Guild War as well,
Yes.
right? So
Guild War.
Guild War? I ignore it.
Guild War, yeah. Holy Grail War, sorry. So so that means that Hercules could have been in other ones too.
I
I
think
don't know if Berserker Hercules was in other ones.
No, but like maybe as a different class.
It's possible, but I
I gotta
feel like
sneak away, guys.
All right,
Have a
bye,
good
Kyrie.
night.
Bye, Kyrie.
Bye.
Night.
I think they probably would have mentioned it at some point because there would probably be some sort of like. Well, I don't know if there would be. I feel like if Hercules got summoned, someone would have written down somewhere.
I think what it is also you have to keep in mind we're only talking about the Holy Grail Wars in this city in Japan. There are other Holy Grail Wars in other areas. So if
No,
Hercules
it's a little
was summoned,
more
it might have been somewhere else.
A little more complicated than that. The city in Japan has its own system that they're. I guess what is. I won't say anything about it. But there are other Holy Grail Wars in lore, but not so much in the world that they're having right now.
Okay.
So in alternate realities, it's because the Throne of Heroes is outside of time. So like, the Throne of Heroes is outside of time. So technically,
Okay,
in a
that makes
different
sense.
reality, you could summon from the same Throne of Heroes.
Okay. I understand that.
Any other questions?
I think that's everything for now. I think I got a decent gist of things.